Oh, we're actually live.
All right.
Oh,
Immediately. Yes. Hi, everyone.
Great start.
All right. So, welcome into the Jaws of Eternity. This is a sci-fi 5e campaign using dark matter from Mage Hand Press. I will post links if you like it and would like to play for yourself. I think we should just jump into it. I will give you a quick rundown, and then everybody will get a chance to introduce their characters as we go along. Sound good to everybody else?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Sounds good.
All right. So, welcome to the verse. Everything you could imagine is contained somewhere here within its near infinite multitude of planets. Currently, you find yourselves on Nexus 8, a Tier 2 planet that is a hub of transportation, commerce, and all of the research vessels on the outer MAW stations could need. As such, Astrogations Incorporated supports a large amount of the business in this sector due to their mission in charting unknown space. Nexus 8 is a metropolitan garden world. Towering commercial metropolises are shrouded in a neon haze that are then surrounded by dense jungle filled with native flora and fauna. The spaceport is always busy, and there are beings from all walks of life that call Nexus 8 home. You are the newly assembled crew tasked by Astrogations Incorporated to explore a recently discovered dark part of the galaxy near the edge of the network. Your contract states you're to chart the system, but of course, there is always more to it than that. Each one of you has their own reasons for joining the crew and venturing out to the edge of the unknown. Not to mention that there are rumors spreading about odd ripples and readings in gravitational fields of the outer galaxies. Balance is being disturbed in the verse, and whether there's a hand tipping the scales or not remains to be seen. So, you have all been called here. If you would like to go around and introduce your characters, just give me 1 second here. We will start with Paladin Hulk. Go around.
Hi, everybody. I'm Paladin Hulk, Twitch moderator for Random Tuesday, Little Red Dot, and the Starward Initiative. And today, I am Wex4, experimental VEC unit powered by a microsingularity. Previously in my existence, I used to input new design ideas for VEC chassis and crafts into the foundry. After designing a particularly dangerous design I was certain would never actually be used, I was selected to receive this new body. Too dangerous to go near other Vect, I travel the outer limits of space, pushing this design to its limits. For science.
All right. Jackie, if you'd like to introduce your character.
Okay, I'm Jackie Justice. I'm a moderator for Classy Katie sometimes. I don't do much. I just kind of hang out and chat. But I play a lot of TTRPGs, and for this one, I'm going to be playing Ampersand, aka Amp. This one is a very curious individual who is an amoeboid gadgeteer focused specifically on the impact that they can make in this universe and others with their specific breed of machinery and gadgetry.
Excellent. And then Felon.
Hi everyone. My name is Brittany. I am Twitter. I'm on Bristampede X. I'm always around the net. I am playing Felon, a Rothian lunar witch who is, well, she was kind of made wrong. She has a mind of a child, and she has a tendency to break things. They have a tendency to break things. Their pronouns are they, them. They're here because one, they're exiled from their world because they keep breaking stuff with their hands in their tail. And they also have a bird named Thackeray. He loves talking to her. Like, I kind of picture Thackeray as that bird from Devil May Cry 5 because I love that game so much. Anyway, They are here to learn new things and learn not to break anything, and maybe one day go back to their homeland. If not, then I guess they're gonna sit here and not break anything.
Good luck with that.
The way you've been
I mean-
describing them, that's not going to happen.
All right, and then Thomas, finally.
Yeah, so I'm Thomas. I sadly don't do much online at the minute. I do write for Dungeons Dragons Glasgow Live. So if anyone's ever in the Glasgow area and we're having a show, I would like people to come and see my terrible cruelty. I'll be currently playing Ham's Grogmere. He is an ex-military pilot who is looking to just escape his past, fly into the verse, and just get away from it all. And he is a goblin.
Excellent. So you have all come to Nexus 8 to start your contract. So you're outside the Astrogations Inc. headquarters, which is in the center of the main colony on Nexus 8, as they are the ones who essentially have brought metropolitan life to this area. And so you're in front of this towering glass structure. Lights, relatively busy day. You kind of meet each other in the lobby. There's not a lot of people currently coming and going, and you see somebody who you've seen over like video chats, a young halfling with these like half-shaved strawberry blonde hair and these bright blue eyes, and kind of rushes up. It's like, oh, hello. You're the new crew for the Zephyr, right?
Correct.
Yep.
Excellent.
This one is
Yes.
assigned to the Zephyr.
Excellent. Well, unfortunately, the ship isn't quite ready to depart yet. My name's Lena. If you would follow me, and she kind of motions for you to follow her inside and down towards her office. And she kind of
I
like
assume we
talks
do.
excitedly the entire way. Yeah, so if you follow her inside, and she's talking the entire way, like, there's just a few final tweaks that the crew is trying to do on the ship, and but in the meantime, there's somebody you should probably go meet. Their name is Zilkis. They're a merchant. They have a star chart to get you to the MAW that you'll be taking out to your assignment. I can give you their coordinates and answer any questions you have before then, though, if you'd like.
I've got one. How fast does this ship actually go?
Oh, it's quite fast. Currently has a flying speed of 3,000 feet, but we anticipate getting some new modifications in the next few months, probably.
Aye.
It's currently one of the fastest ships of its size and kind in our fleet.
I'm really excited and satisfied. None of you lot.
We shall continue our task quickly. Exploration with fast ships proceeds quickly. This is good.
Yes, absolutely. And speaking of exploration and getting underway, she pulls out a data pad and keys in a few numbers, and you have 500 credits to spend at your leisure between the entire team. And she gives you directions to a small shop in the C45 district of the city, which you know to be a commercial district, to get a star chart. And she kind of looks at you and she's like, sorry, and like, you know, something pops up on her data pad. She's like, sorry, if you have no other questions, the crew, I need to make sure everything's ready for you to leave at the spaceport. So once you get the star chart, just meet us there.
I do have one question. Is there like anything like this is Phil and talk, like, is there anything like breakable on the ship? Because I don't think I need to be around it.
It's a state-of-the-art ship. There are some delicate instruments, of course. Unfortunately, I'm not really familiar with spaceships. I just kind of, stay here I'm not a pilot or anything, but I'm sure everything's been properly reinforced. Just kind of looks up at you, and you see her kind of. There's a look that crosses her face that's kind of like, what, why?
I just look over and listen. I was like, "Don't worry, Biglin. I'll make sure to point out what stuff you can and can't break." What do you think?
We will repair everything you break.
Okay.
That
thank-
seems a bit
Please try to
unnecessary now.
refrain from breaking the ship. It is one of a kind, and there's some experimental technology on board. Kind of wrings her hands and trails off.
What sort of experimental technology?
There will be a complete dossier on board, delivered to your data pads. Unfortunately, I'm not really at liberty to discuss it. She motions to the corporate building that she's standing inside.
Wait, people are listening.
Understandable.
I don't know what she means, but okay.
I won't break
So
anything.
you can't
I
just
promise.
say people are listening and don't expect me to question that.
The developers, corporate espionage is an issue, and the developers don't want us talking about it until it's been tested and they can, properly get the patents. And I'm sorry, it's really above my pay grade.
All right.
I'm suspicious already. I don't like this.
I'll hand the credits over to Amp. Just nonchalantly.
This one will accept responsibility for managing the credits.
Oh, I will make a note of that. And she keys an authorization into your data pad so that you have full control of the party funds. Is there anything else you would like to do at the headquarters?
Mm, mm-mm.
Lena gives you a very quick, hurried bow and two-finger salute and rushes off back down the hallway.
I've just now realized that because I'm a Vect, this whole it's a company thing, that's super new to me because I don't think we have companies. We just do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You would have heard of Astrogations Inc.
I know they exist, but I'm not
but you've
sure
never...
exactly how they work. And corporate espionage seems weird because doesn't everyone just know everything you know?
Yeah.
They're just a database of all the knowledge. How weird. But okay.
There are many databases. Not any one contains all the knowledge, not yet.
Mm-hmm.
All your databases belong to us.
One day. One day, perhaps. The Great Compendium.
I would like that.
As would I.
You two just going to do a back and forth the entire time. How can we go? I want to get
Do
flying.
you require any more supplies?
I believe I have sufficient supplies for my needs. I do not look forward to fixing unnecessarily, though. I hope the reinforcements are sufficient.
Perhaps we should get more supplies to repair with.
Yeah, and maybe get a disguise kit.
As you wish.
Yeah.
So you were given directions to the bookseller who has the star chart that you will need to continue on. You know that it is in the middle of this large commercial district that would have basically everything you need to resupply before a mission.
I have a question, because now you put bookstore in front of me. What books does this bookseller have?
You'd have to go and find out.
We go there.
Okay. Yeah, so it takes you between taking the light rail and a little bit of walking. It takes you about an hour. It's quite a large city.
Mm-hmm.
So you do manage to get into the area. So once you kind of wind down some side streets, you find yourself in an area that has an alchemist. There is a weapons dealer in this area as well. and you see the bookshop kind of at the end. There's a sign that just has a scroll with like a star chart on it.
You'll notice as we travel that I avoid any other vect.
Giving everybody the waypoint.
So as you approach, everybody make me a perception check, please.
Yay! I'm really happy with perception.
Oh, how do you calculate perception? I forgot. Oh no.
A 12.
Oh no. 5 for felon. They ain't it.
25.
That would be a 20, not a natural 20.
Okay.
Nice.
Like I said, I got 25.
Okay, yeah. So you Felon's kind of still just like looking around and a little bit distracted by all the lights, but the rest of you do notice that something is definitely amiss at this shop. The door looks like it has been kicked in or blasted in, and if you poke your heads inside, you see that the entire place is in disarray. Like it got completely tossed.
Well,
Something has happened.
yeah, looks like it. I wonder.
Let us
Do-
proceed, but carefully.
Indeed, proceed with caution. Something has run afoul here.
I'll
Looks
carefully walk in.
So you walk in, and there's like just all of the technology has been either stripped bare. You can see some places where stuff was like ripped off of walls. The few shelves that were in there, as it was largely digital, have been toppled over, and there is no sign of anybody around.
Everything looks clear.
Is there a back room or anything on display?
Yep, there's a back room. It's kind of behind this desk that has now been covered in scratches and dents and fallen equipment. But you can weave your way back there, and it looks like this was a simple living quarters of most likely Zilkus, the proprietor of the shop, and the back window has been broken.
Is it clear it was broken? Was it broken from the inside or the outside?
Make me an investigation check. See what you see in the room.
Oh, 19 on the dice. Let me double check what my.
Quick question. Do I have my mat construct with me? Or is it on
That would
the
be
desk?
up to you. Do you normally take it with you while you are just in
Yep.
towns? Yeah. Then you would
Normally it
definitely
goes
have it.
everywhere with them.
Yeah, absolutely then.
Yeah, a dirty 20.
Okay, so it looks like the window was broken from the outside. There you can see there's glass that's been shattered in, and as you look around, you see that there is traces of blood on some of the glass.
Aye,
I'm
so
also
looks like
looking
someone
around, but
smashed
I
the
don't see
window.
anything.
Organic constructs remain a safe distance. I'm going to have my mat construct pick me up since it can fly and just hover over so I can inspect it without touching it or disturbing anything.
Yeah, so it looks like somebody blasted in the glass or punched it in. You can't really tell. And then walked over it. You can see kind of where it's been shifted and crushed by boots. Probably by an average sized humanoid, but it's hard to tell. It's not like there's clear footprints or anything. And then it looks like as you follow the path of destruction, it looks like anything of like high value was taken. There's signs of something interfacing with one of the data terminals to try to hack it. And then it looks like somebody was potentially dragged or carried out the door.
So the old smash and grab. It's like the good
Can I
old
go?
days.
Can I go over to the terminal and see what they were looking at?
Yeah, absolutely. Make me a data check.
I'll look over their shoulder and give them the help action.
Okay, so you can roll with advantage then.
Okay.
Well, they're like
That would be a 9. Thank you for advantage. And Much better. A 23.
Okay, so it looks like they were looking for anything of value. So they were trying to look in restricted files, mostly star charts, it looks like, and some research data that looks like it could, from your knowledge of like research and stuff like that, this is stuff that would could be sold for a pretty good price.
High credits seem to be the target. The hacking indicates that they were looking for the most expensive items in the shop, possibly star charts.
I wager that our stars chart was stolen.
Is there anything that would show that else that we don't have else?
Through looking at the data, it looks like you're not exactly sure which chart you're supposed to be given, but it looks like their inventory has basically been wiped. Somebody copied and then tried to erase the remaining data.
I will alert the authorities, and I'll call the cops.
Okay,
There you
not sure how
go.
that works. We're gonna say that you're able to page them basically through your data pad.
How long does Felon look at the lights? I just realized that are they still looking at the lights, or are they like?
I imagine you've followed them inside by now.
Okay. I guess they looked inside and they see all this, and they have never seen this before. And can they like? I'm trying to figure out what would they look for.
It wasn't you that caused this mess, was it?
No, I mean, I don't do things like this. I don't know who would do something like this. I have a question. Can I look see if there are any like tracks around?
Yeah,
Okay.
make me a survival check.
Oh, survival. This is fine. I think I have this. What I hate this act so much. I rolled a 2.
It's a mess. Unfortunately, with like the solid metal and stone floors, it's really hard to track anything,
Mhm.
anything more than what everybody else has already seen. It's pretty clear that somebody was hauled off.
Is there a blood trail? Because you mentioned blood
Yeah,
before.
it's here and there. I would allow you to make a survival check as well to look for the blood trail.
And I didn't roll much better. That was a 3.
Well,
No, it kind of blends in, and you lose it basically once you get out the door.
was there a back room? I forgot.
Yes, in the
Oh, yeah,
back room there was
behind
a
the
bunch
desk.
of
Okay.
yes, behind the desk, bunch of smashed glass. Looked like
Ooh.
somebody had blasted in the window. And
I'll go there.
okay, what would you like to find, or what
I'm
would you
just
like to
gonna-
do? I guess.
In the back room,
Mhm.
like it's open, so hooray, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Is there the same amount of destruction here that there is in the front?
Yeah, it looks like kind of like the bed was tossed. Somebody had broken in through that window.
Mm.
Yeah, and it looks like potentially somebody was maybe surprised and like blitzed, which could have led to the blood, but it's
I'll
kind of
look
hard to
out
say.
the window.
Okay, make me a perception check, and then
How big is the window?
it's like your average like 2-pane
Okay.
kind of window.
Okay.
At 10.
Okay, yeah, so you see people passing by. It looks like this window looks out onto a relatively busy alley.
Mhm.
You know, there's like transports bringing in cargo and stuff, since this is a commercial district. So you know, there's the back doors of a bunch of different shops and stuff like that.
Can I ask a weird question?
Absolutely.
Can I like sniff to see? Can I sniff out the trail of where maybe the robbers have taken?
Yeah, make me a I guess make me an investigation check.
All right. Please be good. Please be good. Please.
Showing off that you have a sense of smell. All right.
Ah,
Fine.
13.
Yeah, so you think that they definitely left the shop out the front door and
Mhm.
then tried to go down kind of off to the left, so down south,
Mm-hmm.
but without following it further. You can't really tell.
Okay, so they went down this way, and I point down the other way. But other than that, I can't follow the trail anymore.
Unfortunate.
I don't see why we
Yeah.
can't just start walking down the street and look for the most suspicious people we can.
Yeah, as you're trying to or as you're starting to leave, then if that is what you would like to do, you see two people in black uniforms with like like rank insignias on their arm come up. Both one is a Vect and one is a human.
Oh,
And,
I'll stay way back.
Is it military rank that they've got, or is it?
You think that they're like militia, basically security forces for Nexus 8.
Oh.
And the human steps forward. You wanted to report a crime here. We got the notification.
Correct. It appears there's been a burglary in the following shop. Indications say that humanoid attempted to procure several star charts, and we believe they've gone that way. We don't know anything further.
Well, you seem to have done quite a bit of work already. We can contain this, but if you would like to continue following it, we would be grateful for the help. You say they were after the star charts.
They attempted to hack the terminal inside the shop, and everything they were accessing seemed to be high credit star charts.
Kind of looks, and the Vect tilts their head and is like, that would be logical. There have been smugglers in this area for some time. We suspect they hide out in the jungle, but we have not been able to locate them.
A jungle, you see?
It's probably just the name of a bar.
Is it the name of a bar?
You do not know a bar by that name, but you do know
On
that the
this
city
planet.
is. You do know that the city is surrounded by quite dense forest that the locals don't really venture out into.
You know what else have been in the jungle? I say we start looking.
I agree with you.
Well,
If you find us when you return, we'd be happy to compensate you for your efforts.
And just like that, we've got incentive. Let's keep moving.
They transmit you their coordinates so that you're able to contact them specifically at a later date, should you need to. Tip you a salute and go about their investigation.
I give them quite
inside.
a hearty military salute. Right.
All right. Okay, so you begin to follow down in the direction that Felon indicated, and you are able to kind of follow the trail more as you go, and you reach the southeastern city gate. And there's more of the security forces standing by there at the gates, and they kind of look and nod and like, we were notified that you and a group like yours might be coming through. Just feel free to go, but just watch your backs out there. It's had some people go missing recently.
did
Anything
any
we should be worried
suspicious
about?
people make their way through this gate? Perhaps bleeding?
We haven't had anybody leave in a day or two, I'd say.
It's the most
Strange.
dangerous way
Are
of
there
the
other exits?
There's a few other exits. There's about 6 gates in total out of the city around the perimeter, not to mention the ones that are rumored for, tunnels and other such things. It's not martial law. We don't keep people here, so they're
Mm.
able to enter and exit however they like.
Our culprit must have taken a different exit.
Should we look for this alternate exit?
I mean, I can try and sniff it. I can't talk today. I can try and sniff it out again if y'all would like. I mean,
I don't suppose it much matters which exit we take, so long as we find the trail again in the jungle.
Exactly.
true.
And besides, I want to know what kind of dangerous wildlife is out there.
Mhm.
Sorry,
I
what
asked
was
the
that?
guard. Yeah. What?
There's well, aside from the local wildlife and well, criminals, just don't eat any of the plants. Kind of looks around. He's like, but mostly just natural dangers. But the greatest danger though is probably getting lost out there.
I don't need to worry about that. And just tapping the flare gun that I have attached to the front of my suit.
We'll keep an eye out for that then.
I
if
look at
you
my
do.
just my Google Maps pad and like,
Yeah.
how could you possibly get lost? It's like it's right there.
Bad signal. Bad reception, I guess. But yeah, it's like we haven't had too many encounters with the local wildlife, but they basically keep their distance and stay in the depths of the forest.
Is the wildlife intelligent?
I'm not a botanist, xenobotanist, or whatever they call them these days.
Sentient.
I
Botanist
haven't had
implies
any.
plants, so that's awesome.
Yeah, it's not very bright. But I haven't had any conversations with the wildlife. They're smart enough to stay away from the main gates, and that's all we care about.
So there are no laws for hurting them if they should attack us?
No, self-defense. We do discourage people from needlessly killing the wildlife, but if they attack you, then that is.
Even if they're cute and adorable, and you don't want to attack them, but you want to send them on their way.
Yeah. Make a loud noise, I guess. Just kind of looks and at you like, do I look like I go out there for fun?
Alan, if you see something that doesn't want to eat your face, I will be genuinely surprised.
Do not despair, Felon. I am certain that the not dangerous and creatures that you deem cute will be frightened appropriately by your appearance.
Oh, thank you, ma'am.
I don't think that was a compliment, but okay.
It was an accurate observation.
So you
Felon is what
Let's go.
most entities would call horrifying. A brilliant
Yes.
appearance.
It's true.
Truly.
I have no concept of such matters.
Not the most goblin. They're not. They're alright.
Most robots don't yet.
Regardless, should we go outside or look from this side?
I think we should look on. I don't know. They are like. Hold on. Wait. Let's think about. Wait. This way. She was like pointing inside. They're literally pointing inside the forest. Like, I think we should go inside this way. She has no sense of
Outside it
direction
is. And I'll walk
whatsoever.
through the gate.
Yep, the gates open before you. You're able to walk out. For the first little bit, it seems like it's mostly clear. There's a pretty clear-cut path, and you see these large, like, kind of palm-like trees and these massive ferns, and it's definitely all like mega flora, mega fauna. The night has begun to fall, and you see that it's kind of come to life with this bioluminescence that kind of is able to actually light your way pretty well into the
Neat.
forest.
Okay. Does anyone have like a tricorder or anything like that?
What do I have?
I surprisingly don't have great survival skills, so hunting in the jungle is not going to be great. I don't know how I've survived as long as I did. I've got binoculars. I can see really
I
well.
didn't actually see what was in our just basic gear, because we all have one of those, sacks of stuff.
All I have is a whip and a bow gun, a components pouch, a scars pack. I have a dagger, a short sword, and laser claws. I can't help y'all. Sorry.
I have an igniter. If we want, we could just burn the whole jungle down.
I have a flashlight, an igniter. I have a bunch of tools. I'm trying to look at what my Omni tool does because it does 1.5 million things.
We need a
What's the name?
quad quarter. That's what they're called here, apparently. And they're 85 gold.
Oh,
I do not know what that
Or
is.
credits. I apologize.
what?
Go back and buy one.
If only we can MacGyver it, but we can't. Can we MacGyver it?
Why do you need this quad quarter?
To detect where the base is of whoever is stealing all this stuff.
I may have something. And they're going to reach down into that transmat deck and we're going to pull out. Oh no, it can only change. It can't detect. Never mind.
Should we return to the city to purchase a quad quarter?
I think we might have to, because
we just got here. Can we not just get a go?
Okay, we can try.
If we get lost, then we can go back.
What say you, Amp?
I'm happy to look around now. This one is pleased to explore and observe.
Very well. Right, let's just walk in just a random direction.
Okay. There is a pretty distinct path for you to follow. And
why would the bad guys be hiding on the distinct path? That's the worst place for them.
I mean, if you like, I can. You can roll me a D8 to see which direction you're going.
You can get lost in the jungle. I am following the path.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, sure. If you want to follow the path, we'll follow the path. It makes no difference to me.
Okay. So the path gets you about 100 meters, maybe 150 meters. I'm sorry for the Americans. I do not know what that is in feet. 150 meters into the jungle, and then as it gets, it's definitely quite a bit darker and denser. And path kind of fades away, like when you're going into a forest and it gets really overgrown, and you see about 3 or 4 different ways you think that you could theoretically go. Mm-hmm. You're welcome to make me a investigation or a survival or a nature check. Whoever would like to try to determine where you should go.
Investigation?
10 in investigation.
Okay. I shall attempt that as well.
I can try some investigation.
17 investigation.
Okay.
Why? 13 in investigation, but why?
Okay, so you do kind of, Amp, you do notice that as you're kind of hunting around, it looks like there's some more like broken foliage and branches and stuff slightly off to the right.
I was already, just as you meant, I'm putting you point this out, I would have just already been going down the forward path. I'm like, oh.
You get a few steps and you realize everybody's just kind of stopped behind you.
Yeah, like,
oh.
We have to turn corners now. All right.
At least we know something went this way. From the broken branches and stuff, can we see how tall it might be? Like, what's the highest broken branch we come across?
Most of the broken branches are underfoot, kind of stuff that's like maybe it's been hacked away a bit as they're trying to traverse through the jungle. You don't see anything disturbed though at all higher than like 6 feet.
Well, that's good.
Prince indicated
That's
humanoid
very
size.
tall.
Can I from
Or
like
perhaps bipedal shape.
can I try to sniff it out from like sniff out the scent from like the broken branches and stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. Make me a perception check.
All right. Please be good. Why? Why? I got a 9. No.
You know that they definitely went through this area,
Mhm.
but you don't get anything solid enough to accurately track. But it does kind of confirm your suspicions that this is the direction they went.
Okay. I can't smell anything right now, but I think they went this way.
Well then, I say we keep going. See, who
Okay.
needs a map?
Indeed, this is the way we should continue.
Just point me a
If we
direction
do
and
not
just
need
go.
a map, why are we pursuing them?
Exactly. Can we just go back? Can we just do it by ourselves? It's fine.
No, we need a star chart. We cannot attempt to jump into unknown space.
Our pilot says we do not need one.
Yeah, we're fine.
We
I'll get us there.
I mean, how bad can it get?
Well, we could explode. I mean, what's an explosion? Come on. I've survived worse, and you would obviously notice the large burns like down my left side of my face. It's fine.
I just trust you. So you want to go? Fine.
But I mean, the reward money though. That's the only. I keep going into the jungle just for the possibility of a reward. Don't want the map. I don't need a map.
Very well.
You continue on.
Yep.
Yes.
So
Apparently.
as you continue, you get deeper and deeper into the forest, and you kind of, definitely a lot of new sounds and new sights as you're going along, and the darkness really begins to creep in.
Ha! Darkness.
My hand would be definitely.
I have 120 feet of dark vision.
You also have thermal sight, don't you?
Also have thermal sight. Yes.
Yes,
But
super
I don't
fun.
know if I don't know if they stack.
My hand will
Yeah,
definitely perched on my
I'm gonna say yes.
homemade
So
dagger.
30 feet of thermal vision and then 120 of
Dark vision.
super dark vision.
Yeah.
Because I also see in magical darkness.
Awesome.
Not that that's what this is,
Nice.
but
I have the darkness spell as a bonus, which is yay. And I can also see 60 feet in darkness, magical darkness, any darkness. I think I can do it. Yep, 60 feet.
Is Amp the only? Do you have dark vision as well? Or I think everyone might have dark vision if you do.
I think I might be the only one who doesn't.
inferior life form. Oh well.
I I can cast dark. Amp, would you like to have dark vision? I do have that spell, even though it's an extra. I don't mind.
This one cannot see in darkness without aid of a light.
Would
A
you?
flashlight.
If you have a light, you are no longer seeing in darkness.
I mean, I'd still be using my flashlight even though I've got
You
dark vision.
present an interesting truth. This is correct.
Yes.
This one cannot see in the darkness. Although
Mm.
I can illuminate with my Mac.
Like I might be able to see in the dark, but I still use a flashlight.
Those
just
bandits are
common
going to hear
sense.
us coming from super far away. You're like, who are
Yes.
these people?
Just philosophizing.
Yep.
No one said they were doing any stealthing.
I'm gonna do it in a
Just-
minute.
I'm being carried through the jungle in the arms of my construct. It's not walking and getting
love it
leaves
so
in my
much.
goo. Like it's not happening.
Yeah, we're just gonna just walk on in,
Mhm.
branches cracking. We'll be fine. I
Think
think.
about it. Like they won't see it coming. They'll be so surprised by the fact that we're not surprising them.
Yes.
The best strategy.
Yes.
Well, we keep blundering forward.
Okay, so as you keep blundering forward, what's your marching order?
I'm definitely in the back.
I think Felon might be first because you're like smelling things every now and again.
Yeah. I'm like,
Okay.
stop being. Yeah. Do it this way.
And
Yeah.
I'll go second.
Okay.
Ample fall into third.
Okay, so Felon and Wex, if you could make me survival checks, please.
See, Wex and the GM are already good pals because
Oh,
she calls him
no.
Wex and not Wex 4.
Oh, well, y'all might get lost because I rolled a 3.
Ooh,
Hey.
that's one better than me. I have no idea where we're going.
I was
This
like,
is my first time just in nature.
Yeah, you put me in front.
What is
yeah.
this nature?
Yeah.
So-
This
know.
is weird.
I don't know why
yeah,
I trusted you guys to figure out where you're going. I've been in a jungle before. I know what I'm doing. I let you guys take the lead. I'm like, whatever.
This is
I was
fine.
born on a spaceship. I've lived on a spaceship. Basically, always been there.
I was born in something called the Black. That's all I know. And then, something happened and think we might not be going right way, but I'll figure it out.
I do like how the two beings who are not familiar with nature and necessarily this plane of existence in such an intimate way are leading you. But as you go forward, you hear the cracking of branches, and
My head is a bonus action.
your team did not notice this until you walk almost straight into this rather large looking piece of flora, and as you are distracted by this, there's the cracking of branches as you see two kind of shambling forms come out from behind it.
Oh.
So these are monsters. They're not humanoid.
Oh.
They are actually vaguely humanoid.
They are vaguely humanoid. Excellent.
I still want to
Hello,
hide as a bonus action.
you have our star chart. Please hand it over.
What unique life forms?
And I'll hold out my hand. That's it.
Felon kind of backs up all the way back to they back up to like a one somewhere near the grass, like, oh no, I don't know what these are.
Okay, so it doesn't hit you. It reaches out towards you, Wex, and tries to grab your hand, and you see this worm squirm underneath its skin as it attempts to burrow into yours. But you have this metal frame that it cannot get into. And you just hear this kind of like gurgling snarl. And under the light of this very large bioluminescent plant, you see that it is just rotting and its eyes are like black and dead. And
That's what all organics look like to me. They're all the same.
I would like you all to roll initiative,
Is this
please.
normal? I
Oh,
have no
Flesh
idea.
puppets.
Why?
oh dear. Well, you know what? I'm gonna have to wind up changing freaking dice. I hate-
Wow. So bad.
Why?
Probably the worst. But 14.
Why? I'm changing dice. I can't with this.
6.
I rolled an
Oh.
8. I rolled an 8. This is fine.
I rolled a
guys.
6.
This is fine, guys.
Amp and Wex, what are your dexterity modifiers?
2.
12. Or no, 1. I'm sorry.
Okay.
God.
I'm changing dice. I can't deal with this no more.
12.
If it makes you feel better, I rolled lower than most of you, so
Wow.
And
I
that's
did have a
saying
small
something.
panic attack, realizing
See?
I was
But
a
not
rogue.
one of us.
The GM is our friend. This is the proof.
I forgot we were level 5 for like just a second there, so I'm not as panicked now.
and then I can math.
Yeah,
I
that's my
can't
challenge
math.
right here. I'm like, number less than 20 plus other number, single digit. I can
Yep.
do this.
Right?
Yes.
I know how that many numbers work, I swear.
Yes.
I'm actually going to keep my phone's calculator open. How terrible it is.
I love that their attack is handing me a worm. Like, that's not an aggressive action. That's just the wrong item. I asked for a star chart. And they give me
Yeah,
a worm.
you're like,
Wex is just like,
Okay.
This
this is
people
not what I
lost
asked
for
for.
Star
I do
Working
Trek.
on
not.
it. We're having some communication difficulties. I can't understand their language. Maybe they can't understand my language. And they thought I asked for a worm. It's all good.
Yes, you asked
Oh
for
my.
a very nice worm.
It could happen. I could be a biologist.
Or a botanist, according to the guard.
Yeah, botanist.
Yes.
Now I offer
But
you this
apparently
nice
he
worm.
had it. That guard had it right because these are plant monsters. So
Okay, so as you're kind of confused about what is going on with this being trying to hand you a worm, which you obviously did not ask for.
Mhm.
You see this the plant that you're standing in front of suddenly grows almost exponentially. It is and so Felon and Wex, I will need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh no. Well, this is fine. Oh, why are you like this?
Of
Why?
a 6.
Why? A 6. Why are we
Okay.
like?
The sixes tonight, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
So both of you are kind of pushed as this thing just expands and grows, and it is now you're now standing in difficult terrain, and
Why?
you take 13 slashing damage
Why are we in
Ow.
difficult terrain?
Ow.
because this plant has suddenly grown.
Has
Why?
it
You are now
engulfed us?
standing inside and partially inside it.
God.
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
All right.
Ow, this hurts so much.
And how much damage did you say it was? Sorry, I missed.
13
Thir-
13.
slashing.
All right.
13. This is fine. This is so fine.
Everything's fine.
No. Get out of
Not
that.
deadly at all.
Damage detected.
Ow.
Combat mode
All right.
engaged.
And then Hams, it is your turn.
I'm having flashbacks. So yeah, the first thing I want to do is hide as a bonus action.
Where are you hiding?
I literally just nosedive into the first amount of plants I see.
Okay, roll
Like
me
I
a
turn my
stealth
flash
check.
out. Like I just
You
throw
realize
my
that the
flashlight.
closest, collection of plant is the monster. So
Oh,
No, I
we'll
mean to like
assume
the
the
side. I just jump to the side.
closest non-apparent,
Yeah.
non-apparently hostile cluster of plants.
Oh, there we go. 20.
Yeah, you are hidden from the plant and its shambling friends.
And then. So was it the plant that handed? No, it was one of the.
Yeah, they
Shambling
look like two
creatures that handed out the
like
worm.
ghoul kind of zombies.
Well, and I want to take a. I want to take a measured shot. So I'm basically using the foregrip of my swarm pistol to give myself. I think it's advantage, right?
That sounds correct.
Was that correct? I forgot. But yeah, I'm gonna take a focused shot and try and shoot the one that handed the worm out. If it is advantage, I need it. I rolled on that one.
Oof.
Ooh.
Yeah, that is advantage.
well,
Oh,
this
thank God.
campaign was fun while it lasted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no.
Okay, that's more like it. That is that was a 16, so 24.
Oh, that definitely hits. You're
Okay, so-
shooting the one that tried to
Yes.
hand the worm to Wax, right? Okay.
Yes. So would I get my sneak attack damage? Oh no, because it's advantage, so I get it in.
Yeah.
Aha.
And it is technically engaged, so.
So 2d4 plus 3d6.
You ever have one of those days where it seems like everyone's getting engaged except you?
My life every day.
I was gonna say, like, actually same.
7, 10, 11 radiant damage.
Oh, right. Yeah, so you dive into these bushes and just kind of like poke your head up for 2 seconds, line up your shot, and you see this hole just kind of like blast through one of its shoulders, and it just kind of halts and looks around, but it does not see you. We said 11 radiant, right? Because my
Yes.
memory needs a memory. Okay. And then as it is looking around, it does not see you, and it is its turn, so it is just going to try to slash at the Wex, who is still in front of it. And
Fair.
I marked these pages. Uh, 7 to hit.
Nope.
Yeah, so it tries to lunge with its arm that's been half blown off by hands, and blatantly like misses. You easily just kind of lean out of the way of its shot, and that is all it's going to do. Which brings us to Felon. It is your turn.
Okay. Can I neutral lock it?
Neural lock.
Yeah.
What are the requirements on that?
I use my
ability?
action to freeze the nervous system of a humanoid creature you can see within 60 feet. The creature must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature is incapacitated, and its speed becomes 0 until the start of my next turn. After I use my neutral lock, I can't use it again until I finish a long rest.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. You can use it on one of the two shambling figures in front of you.
Can I use it the one that's attacking Wex?
Yeah, absolutely. So what's the save?
13 DC 13.
Oh, it absolutely fails.
Yes.
I rolled a 3. So and I think it has. Oh, actually, so it was a wisdom save. I got a 1 because it has -2 wisdom.
Aw.
Yes.
I love
Oh.
Undead so much.
So it
That's
just
how we do.
freezes in place. And because it essentially ended up rolling a 1. Roll me a d6.
Oh, okay. I'm guessing this is a D6. 3.
Okay. And you see, like, as it locks in place,
Uh-huh.
where it had been shot before just begins to tear into its body, and it will take 3 points of damage.
Oh.
Okay. Would you
Ooh.
like to do anything else with your turn?
For right now, that's it.
All right. Wex, it is your turn.
I will try to get out of the area that I'm in because I'm
Okay.
inside it, which is not great. So I'll
Yes. Just kind of have to back up.
yeah.
And yeah, you're able to move. It'll just difficult terrain. So
Mhm.
you only have to move back like 5 feet, so it'll cost you 10 feet of movement to get out of it.
Right. I'll look up at the thing because it's huge, and you'll see a sort of a glow inside Wex's chassis. The eyes will go completely dark, and then a beam will erupt from it, which is sort of pulling in everything that's next to it, including the air and light, and it will hit the monster, hopefully, because I have to roll first. Yep. All right, that is an 11. It is paralyzed, so but do I have advantage? Because then it's a 23.
Are you hitting the plant or the worm walker thing that fell in paralyzed?
Oh, all right. I'll shoot the paralyzed thing. Yeah.
Okay, an 11 or a 23 hits on that
Excellent.
one.
It hits for 20 force damage.
You just kind of look at it, and before the spell can even finalize, you just blast it into dust.
Nice.
Awesome. So
And,
there's an implosion
yeah.
in its general area, which kills it and just any other plants and stuff that's around there.
Yeah. So there's suddenly just this space that is devoid and a little bit, more than a little bit destroyed, and it is dead. Is there anything else you would like to do?
No, I think that was good.
All right. Amp, it is your turn.
Oh, unfortunate. I had wished to take a sample. Oh, well.
Apologies.
I forgive you.
See,
Put me
overcome
down,
it.
and then Amp will have her construct, their construct, put them down, and remove from the transmit deck their concussion rifle, and fire it at the remaining thing.
Are you firing at the plant or at the other humanoid?
Is there the plant, or there
There's
was
two.
the parasitic thing that he just imploded?
Yeah, there was 2 of those.
Oh, okay. I'm firing at the plant.
Roll to attack.
Okay. 8.
That does not hit.
Dang it. Okay. I miss.
All right, so your shot goes a
Um,
little bit wide and veers off into the jungle. You hear it take out some branches further behind the large plant.
Since I had my construct put me down as the bonus action, can it still use any of its movement? Because I think in battle it's supposed to go right after me.
Yeah, we'll say that it can still move and stuff.
Okay, then it's going to Mac is going to go over and move towards the plant and just get ready to smack it when he gets its turn.
Sounds good. So it moves into position. The plant does not react. And then the final worm walker, however, is kind of sees it and is going to try to take a swipe at the construct. You rolled a
Not
nat 20.
bad.
That's
Oh,
That hits, yeah.
no.
Well, at least it's not an animal companion. This one we can rebuild.
This is for. I was
Could be
gonna.
good,
I
think
mean,
we have the technology.
technically, you can
That's
rebuild an
okay.
animal companion if you really try.
Oh yeah.
If you're
Robo-bear.
determined
Uh,
enough.
If you're determined enough. It takes 5 bludgeoning damage.
Robo space shark.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and use my reaction to run advanced subroutine genetic algorithm, and it takes away 1 from the damage dealt, and then 1 each time I get additional damage up to a max of Amp's intelligence modifier, which is 4.
So it takes 4 bludgeoning damage in that case.
All right. Noted.
And then we are back to the top of the order. Let me just see if I
Oh.
got.
This is fine. I'm not worried.
Um,
Yes, I am.
So you see this thorn whip come out towards you, Felon, from the
Oh.
plant. It has sprouted these
What?
long, thorny, like almost tentacles,
Oh my
and
God.
it is going to try to hit you.
Oh dear.
11.
Wait. That might actually not hurt me. If I can go there. Nope.
All right, so it goes wide, kind of like just skims like the top of your head,
Mm-hmm.
lashes out into the rest of the jungle,
Mm-hmm.
and that is its turn. So Hams, back to you.
Can I do a quick nature check just to see if I've seen a plant like this before?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll let you do that as it's a free action.
Just like in the flower shop. Like, roses?
No,
For
no, no,
this
no.
thing.
Let's see.
Zombie worm flower.
nature is intelligence, right? Yeah, so a 14.
Yeah, these are pretty common on a lot of on some planet. You know, it's like an invasive plant called a xenobloom. You know that they are generally home for worms, which is probably you can anticipate what the wormwalker tried to give
Okay.
Wex.
Oh,
And you know that they get quite large. This is a smaller. This one is on the smaller size.
Does a 14 give me any insight to possible weaknesses?
You not to you know that it's not particularly weak to any kind of damage, but you do know that it has some resistances. You're not exactly sure what, but you
Yeah.
are also aware that slashing them is not a good idea.
Oh, I was literally just putting run up with my longsword, so don't do that. Okay, good
Yeah.
to know.
Yeah, you would know from research, and it's pretty common, especially from explorers. It's pretty common advice.
I guess I would really, if it's like, don't slash the thing.
I'll hold up my empty hands.
The
With
voice
what?
from the jungle. Just saying.
what about biting them?
No, I do that. That's fine.
Okay.
The guard specifically told us not to eat them.
Nug, I won't eat them. I promise. I might bite them.
Biting,
after
eating,
this.
that's not the same thing. Right then. I guess I'll take another shot at the plant. Now, would this count? Because it's within. How does it count as engaged? Like, is the plant?
It is.
engaged?
It is definitely engaged.
Okay, so I'm not going to bother with the surefire shot, but I actually might instead. I will use automatic fire, so I'll take 2 shots with disadvantage
Okay.
to try and hit it twice.
I love that feature
Well,
so much.
I got on that one on the first shot,
Okay.
so that's not good. And a 5 and a total of 12 on the second shot.
The 12 does not hit either. For the nat 1, roll me a d20, please.
Okay. $15.
Okay. Yeah. So your shot, the rifle. You're using your rifle, right?
Pistol.
Memory. Okay. So it actually just like misfires and it kicks you back a bit. 2 bludgeoning damage from having this rifle kicked back into you, and it kind of pushes you back into some of the plants that you were hiding in, but you suffer no other serious ill effects from it. But it throws off your next shot as well, and that they both kind of go wide around this plant. Oh, hey, that one's dead. Useful. Felon, it is your turn.
All right, I stand up to my full height and I'm going to cast Chill Touch.
All right. Roll to attack.
All right, let's see. Come on.
And you're standing inside the plant still,
Oh,
right?
wait, what? Oh, no, I am?
Which is fine. You're just in difficult terrain. I was going to say, if you're still standing inside it, I will give you advantage because it's pretty hard to miss touching something you're standing
That is
inside.
true. Because the first roll, I rolled a 13. Second one, I rolled why? I rolled a 9.
The first one hits.
All right, so 13. The skeleton hand's gonna do 1 2d8 because I'm 5th level, I think. Yeah. Ooh, I got 7. 7 plus 7. 7, 8, 9. I know how to math. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, right?
Mhm.
14 points of damage.
14. All right. So you just kind of look down where you're kind of tangled up in these thorns a bit.
Mhm.
You just reach out,
Mhm.
and this dark, cold energy just spiders out from where you touch it, and you notice how it kind of turns black and withered in that area. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Can I try to move out of where I'm standing right now?
Yeah, absolutely. To get out of it, once again, it'll take you about 10 feet of movement to do it,
Mhm.
and you'll still be within 5 feet of it.
Okay.
Unless you want to move further. But
Yes.
10 feet of movement to get out of the difficult terrain.
Yeah. Let's just do that first before I move again.
Okay.
That's it.
And then Wex.
All right. I will just again use the amazing eye beams that I have
All
to
right.
shoot the monster.
Are you using it on the Xenobloom or on the other
Oh,
Worm
there's
Walker?
still two? I thought there was one.
No, there was 2 Worm Walkers, and then the plant itself.
All right. This time I'm going to shoot the plant.
'Kay.
Okay. I roll a 14 to hit. Does that hit?
Hits.
Excellent. Oh, 20. I'm rolling really well on these.
You're off.
20 force damage as once
All right.
again the beams erupt and just implode part of it.
Okay, so it takes a solid chunk, kind of above where Felon's like damage, necrotic damage kind of is, and then it just, you see it just kind of eat away and disintegrate a large section of this plant. It has begun to sway and wither. And then Amp, it is your turn.
All right. So Amp is going to try and fire, this time with a repeater.
Mhm.
And that would be a 3 to hit.
That does not hit.
Okay, then bonus action, Amp is going to command Mac to fire,
Okay.
or rather attack, because an unarmed attack from the construct is 2 unarmed smacks.
Okay.
Let's
I have to
see.
teach Amp how to shoot, aren't I?
Evidently.
Yes.
We'll install a target range on the Zephyr.
First one is 11,
That does not hit.
and then 14.
That hits.
Yay! So Matt gets in a smack, and then that is strength. For 6 whole damage.
All right. So
Yeah.
first, does it have arms? I don't actually know what Mac looks like.
It does. Mac looks very much. Well, you know what? No, TBD on that. But Mac does have arms.
Okay, so swings with one arm and misses, and then the other one just takes out a chunk.
Okay.
Of this plant on the opposite side from where all the magic has been going on. So it's definitely like wobbling. You're taking out like solid bits of its trunk,
All
and
right.
yeah.
I feel bad. I tried so hard to shoot twice, look so cool, and then I just.
That's okay. Amp has missed with 2 different guns and a construct, so it's fine.
True, in terms of equivalency, I'm still on top.
So you just need to install a microsingularity in your chest and everything will be fine.
Yes.
I
And then
don't think,
all is well.
I don't think that works as well for organic beings.
Organic problems.
Yeah. Okay, so this other Wormwalker is going to move forward, and it's actually going to try to strike at you, Amp.
Oh no.
15?
That does hit.
Okay, 5 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And make me a strength save.
Oof. Okay. 11.
Okay, so it does manage to, as it kind of swipes at you, it does manage to like grapple you.
Okay.
So you can repeat the save at the beginning of your next turn.
Okay.
And then it is the plant's turn. And it is going to lash out at Wex. 17 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. 7 slashing damage as this like long whip of thorns just kind of like scars across your chest.
Ow.
And then Hems, your turn. You
know,
still
it's
have
simulated
one worm zombie thing and a massive plant.
Oh, I think I know what I want to do. How close is Amp and the zombie thing?
You see Amp's little like
No, I mean to me. Like, just
to
me.
you, they are about 10 feet maybe.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I need. I guess many of you, none of you, be able to. I don't know, got dark vision, and if you know where I am, you'd be able to see. But you would see Hams's like burn scar suddenly just sort of like almost like a lightning scar start to flare up inside of it and sort of glow blue, and then you just sort of hear a thump as he teleports behind the worm thing. The worm
Excellent.
thing. And I'm going to try and slash at it with my laser sword.
All right.
I want to do it two-handed.
Roll to attack.
Oh, please be. Ah, it was really close. Hold on. 26.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
Would I get sneak attack damage? Because I don't think this is
Yes.
actually a finesse. No, is it a finesse weapon? I need to double check that actually.
I feel like it's a rogue weapon, right? So you
Yeah, it is a lot. I mean, it's from what I understand, it's
teleported behind
equivalent
it.
to a
I'll
long
give you
sword.
sneak attack. This poor thing.
You're going to regret that probably. But there we go. 7, 11. Oh no, plus my dex as well. So 19, 20, 24 slashing, 24 radiant damage.
Yeah, it is. So you see this thing grapple the poor amoeboid, and you just blink behind it and basically fire up your laser sword as you're drawing it across its back, and it just splits in two, like anime sword fight style.
Favorite.
And
favorite thing.
Did you
Falls to the
accidentally nick
ground.
Amp's shirt or something?
Just like a slight.
Yeah.
Amp, you feel the heat on your back as the sword just cleaves through, but you are no longer grappled.
I do
That is,
realize as I put
much
my
better.
laser sword away that you could have probably just slithered out of the grapple, but I pretend to still. You owe me a drink after this one. By the way, I now remember to do my Irish accent. I was supposed to be doing an Irish accent this whole time. I just remembered to do it.
Isn't this an Irish accent? I can't tell that. I can't tell the difference.
No, Irish is more like this. That's more of an Irish accent.
It's gonna be like, let's not start a fight over the over the accents.
No. But that'll be my turn because bonus action for the teleport.
I will happily
Sounds good.
provide you with a drink in return for my life. Thank you.
All right, and then Felon, it is your turn. There is only this massive plant in front of you that is left.
I don't know if I want to just take a jump out of it or
Remember, kids, eat your vegetables.
you know what because I can actually use my sharp claws and teeth of this. So I'm gonna do something stupid like I always do. I'm gonna literally run up like a little cat and try literally like just try and just claw and bite this thing.
Roll to attack.
All right. Please. Oh, why? 13.
That hits.
Oh, yay. 1d4 plus something. Plus my strength. Oh, wow. My strength modifier. 2 plus, what is my strength modifier? It's 2 plus something. Oh, 3. Just 3.
Yeah, so you manage to sink your teeth. It doesn't taste good, but you do manage to sink your teeth and kind of rip a chunk off of it.
Yeah. I
I should have told you not to try and eat it. It's, doesn't taste very good. My
Please do
bad.
not consume the plant matter before I have time to analyze whether it is poisonous to your being.
Sure, be poisonous. It'll give you the runs, definitely. It's not poisonous.
It tastes disgust. It's disgusting, but I'm done. Then I back up, and then while I'm like, ugh.
I'll let you spit it out as a free action, and then
Thank you.
you're just kind of like cleaning it off your tongue, getting it out of your teeth. All right. Wex, it is your turn.
More eye beams. Always
right.
more eye beams. Ooh. It's a normal 20. I thought I crit for a second. Is this thing bugged? I rolled another 20 damage. Oh, it's a different kind of 20 damage. Okay. We're good.
Okay. You're good?
Yeah.
Okay, so the 20 definitely hit. So 20 points of damage?
Yes. Somehow I rolled a 20 again.
How would you like to do this?
Nice.
I would like to just shoot a giant hole in its chest area if it has one. I don't know.
Yeah, so at the middle, there's kind of these fronds at the top, and then there's this large trunk, and you just completely take out the trunk of this thing, and it just into this singularity, and the rest just falls withered to the ground and eventually just begins to turn to dust.
Is there enough for you to analyze?
Yeah.
Allow me a moment, and then Amp is going to just kind of start undulating over, and then Mac will pick them up and carry them the rest of the way and try and get out a knife and cut off a selection of plant before it turns to dust and contain it.
You are definitely able to do that.
And then with a little label, put it directly onto it saying the planet, the quadrant, the date, everything about it.
I will send you that information.
Thank you.
Ooh.
All right.
We should do this to all the people that we find in the city. Just
take a pinch of skin and put in a.
I mean, technically, there is a Werewalker corpse that has not completely disintegrated.
There is.
Be
there's
careful.
another corpse remaining.
Yeah,
Just be
it was the
careful of
one that.
worms, though.
Yeah, it's the one that Ham's bisected with a laser sword.
That's right, the one that tried to kill me. Oh, I'm gonna try and get a piece of that too.
Just be careful. Don't touch the inside of it. You might get
Oh,
some of the worms
certainly
on
not. My construct will fetch the necessary pieces.
Mm-hmm. Hams, I was very impressed with your arsenal of weapons.
Yeah, me too.
That's what you get when you used to be in the military.
Also,
I'm always coming strapped.
One more thing. You did not see me bite that thing? You saw
You are incorrect. I did see
Yeah,
that.
I'm pretty sure I saw you bite it. Can't forget it.
How did it taste?
Disgusting.
But what did it taste like? Have you ever experienced a similar taste?
What does taste like?
The only thing that I can get it close to. What is a one bitch fucking thing? Oh, that's easy. It tastes like a horrible, rotting beet. I guess that's how close it's gonna get. It tasted so bad.
That's canon now. So we are back. Now that we are done eating space plants,
Very
Uh,
delicious.
you're surrounded now by these corpses that are slowly withering away and turning to dust and stuff like that. What would you like to do?
We have not progressed in our quest to find the star map.
I don't think these guys have it. Just sort of poking
Just
at the
nudging the
corpse with my laser
corpses, yeah.
sword.
As you nudge it, you notice that worms are beginning to crawl out of it.
Aye, we should probably start leaving. These things are.
These life forms have more life forms. And I'll
Aye,
just...
and they're not going. Yeah, please do.
I'll snatch
I'm just
one of
gonna
the
let you
little
incinerate
baby
them.
worms.
They are it's like a swarm of, what are they? They are tiny, technically. So yeah, I'm gonna say you can just incinerate them because they have a CR of 0, and yeah. So you
The
incinerate.
smaller they are, the harder I scream.
It manages to glob some of their jelly over before you're able to incinerate one, and just
I mean, if you
takes
want a
one
pet,
and puts it in a vial.
okay, so you now have a psi worm in a vial.
I don't trust.
It's
I
an
don't trust
airtight
them at last.
vial.
Yep.
If
No,
it needs to breathe, it won't be there long.
it does not actually. I don't think. But it well, that's cool. It does
We
not have any
eventually-
way to get out of there. So
If we
No.
eventually get this ship, you are not putting that anywhere near me. I'm not getting involved with psionic stuff.
Oh, it will
I
be
assume there's
dissected
going
as
to
soon
be a
as I
lab.
have. Correct. As soon as I have access to the lab, I will arrange my samples accordingly, and I would ask you kindly not to touch them lest you inadvertently harm yourself or others.
All right, I won't touch it. I'll just touch the container
I'll
inside it
definitely
and
won't
shoot it
touch
out the
it.
airlock.
I
No,
have a
Do
question.
not put my samples outside the airlock. You remain piloting the plane, and I will keep it running.
It
I
is morally wrong to destroy another's property.
This is also correct.
Oh, it's trying to kill you. Or take your brain over.
That is true, but is there any water around?
there is not.
So Phelan has to deal with this horrid beat.
Well, unless you have like a water skin
I
or
actually
something,
have a
in which
canteen. I
case,
feel like I should.
Or one of those energy drinks
yeah, there
that
are
are popular
canonically
all
energy
over the
drinks.
verse.
Yeah.
Got
Crash.
electrolytes.
Dude,
They're not just energy drinks. There is Right, give me 2 seconds. Crash, a popular brand of canned fizzy drink, so enjoyed by spacers that it has become a generic term for soft drinks in general.
is this fizzy drink sugar free?
Oh yeah, we don't want to give Phelan. We want to give Phelan sugar.
There is canonically, according to the text in this book, Crash Zero,
Oh,
which I assume is the sugar-free
Sugar
version.
free.
yes,
Much healthier.
That's much better.
Okay,
They'll
so-
take that.
I will say that you have 1 can of sugar-free of Crash Zero.
They down that
It's
real quick, like,
Spacer's choice.
oh, I'm like, they're like, I'm like, I shall never do that again. Ugh. I thought it would taste like popcorn or something. Ugh.
Same crash taste, just without the sugar.
They just like take the can like this, like I'm just gonna like sip on it. They're like sipping on it, like I shall never. And I'm like, I shall never do it again. I'm not doing it again. I am not doing it again. Nope, nope, nope.
Our encounter with these local plant things has me thinking that we are on the wrong track. Perhaps we should return to the city.
Can I try to sniff out the trail again? See if
You can.
All right.
Roll me a survival check, and actually do it with advantage, or perception with
Oh.
advantage.
Okay. All right. Nope. We ain't gonna do that one.
I may be able to help, but I don't have a keen sense of smell of my good nose.
18 and a 17.
I mean, you could be completely incapable of smelling like I am.
I'll take that 18 because that's much better.
All
Okay.
right. So you are able to pick up the trail quite a bit easier now, actually.
Mhm.
Now that you're kind of getting used to it, and you're getting more used to your environment. And you do find that the trail winds deeper into the forest, and you are able to follow it. And as you get further along, you're starting to notice it looks like there's been a lot more traffic through here recently, coming from all sorts of directions. But the way that you've come, there's actually you're finding bits of like tech, and there's a crushed crash can off in the woods because they are not environmentally conscious and they litter.
The scoundrels.
Litterbugs everywhere.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. If everybody would
Is
like
that
to
a
make me
monster
perception check.
in dark matter? A litter bug? Because it should be.
It is now.
Hashtag just
I
saying.
will write a stat block for that.
Yes.
Trash
I don't think it
monsters.
is, which is
Trash
very
monsters
sad.
everywhere.
But
10.
Ooh, 16.
Was this a perception check?
perception, yeah.
Yeah, 16.
Okay, yeah. So you notice as you're going along, there's you see in the distance
on.
there's like brief shine of what looks like artificial light as opposed to the bioluminescence. And you kind of make out the form of like it looks like crates that have been like stashed along this path, filled with gods only know what. But you think you're definitely getting close.
Is there a visible lock on any one of these crates?
There is not. Most of these crates, you would know, use security cards or biometrics.
So thieves' tools would not.
I would say that technically, given our setting, your thieves' tools would probably work on digital locks.
I might crack one open, just have a little look to see what they're
Okay.
smuggling.
Make me a thieves' tools check. With advantage if you.
No, I don't have proficiency in my tools.
Do they have biometrics specifically?
It depends on the type of lock.
Oh, okay.
Both are common in shipping.
It's very good that I rolled that because it nearly rolled over, and I got an 24.
Okay, yeah, you're able to crack one open. That you find along the side of the way. There's like some basic weapons and a couple data pads in this one.
Oh, looks like nothing special here. Just like, when you say weapons, is it guns and swords, or just like?
Mostly just like regular blasters. Yeah.
Well, free guns.
True.
Well, I'll take them. I've got plenty.
I don't because I don't need one.
Everybody needs a good blaster.
Philin will look over and be like, I'm good. I don't need it. And just goes back to her spot.
Okay.
Go back to their spot.
Remind me what you said the lighting was. There were technological lights, but what exactly are they? Are they like huge standing?
You can't really see from this far away. You just were able to pick out as you began to approach some artificial lighting.
Okay.
You expect they're from some sort of floodlight to be able to be seen through the foliage.
Are there
We should
any sort?
approach.
We should approach the light.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any sort of markings on the crates, like shipping labels?
Ooh.
These make me an investigation check.
Okay. This is something I'm good at.
Famous last words.
Yep, that was an 11.
Okay. You see some of the markings. Most of them have been scraped off. It looks like from looking at the crates around, the one that Hams cracked open was looks like stuff had been transferred into that crate. It's an unmarked crate. But there's crates from all over the verse. You see a couple from D&D, and a couple from Astrogations as well. Two of the largest companies and factions that are operating kind of in this sector.
You just gave me a golden ticket. I want to open the D&D one.
Oh.
These are undoubtedly stolen equipment.
And I'm
I've
just gonna,
already
you
procured
know,
my weaponry.
I'm just
and I
gonna, you know,
would not prefer to
reappure the DD&D stuff. You never
If
know. They might want it back.
Yeah, of course.
Well, that's what I get for trying to be a sneak thief. I got a 14.
You do manage to open it. And inside you find actually some potions.
Ooh.
Kind of odd in this day and age, they are actually still in bottles instead of in syringes, which is normally how you would get them in the verse, especially out in space. But you find 2 potions of healing and a potion of climbing.
Ooh. Even better.
Ooh.
Anybody want to climb up a tree?
Did not imagine why when I can command my construct to fly and ascend any tree that I might like to ascend.
I don't think Warthians can climb. I never seen one.
Buzzkill say on that. You know what?
I think I'll
That's
just
why they
take.
climb a tree.
I'll take that potion of climbing.
Go ahead, you can have it.
Thank you.
Now, so they are in glass vials, the same way you would find in your normal pre-modern, potentially, or magical society, which is you would know as well that is kind of what D&D deals in,
That's why I went for it.
which stands for Drug, Dusset, and Durgan acquisitions.
I was really hoping there was
What was the last D?
Durgan.
I
Which
thought it
was
was.
Durgan.
what?
I thought it was. The other one that we can't name because of a certain person. I was like, oh, I was gonna buy some food. Oh man, no food. I'm sad.
Once the other potion of healing. So I'll just give
Pardon
it to. I was asking whoever wants the other potion of healing. I'm taking the other one, but I'll give the other one to somebody else.
I'll just
Still
prepare
healing
myself
potion going
later.
for you, Anna.
I'll just take that potion of claiming.
Well, nobody else wants the other potion of healing? Going once, going twice.
Always hold
Yeah.
on to it and store it on the
Yeah.
ship as well once you get there.
Yeah.
We can always store it in the med bay.
Store, I'm
Right.
going to sell it back to them.
I just had the brilliant idea to stealth forward, but I rolled a 4.
Okay, so
what
you
did
try
you
to
offer?
you try to stealth forward and you go to take a few steps and you hear like the cracking of dry leaves and branches underneath your feet. Is anybody
This
else following?
environment is not conducive to stealth.
I'll try to follow with stealth.
If
Yeah, I'm
everybody's
gonna
trying to
sneak
follow and
pretty
be
much.
sneaky,
Mhm.
roll me stealth checks. The remaining 3 of you.
Try.
I'm supposed to get a stealth.
Just watch, I'm going to get in that one.
17.
What is over me and the 13s? My God, 13.
16.
Okay, so
Oh,
you do all manage to advance pretty quietly, despite like a couple movements here and there. So you manage to get up, and the closer you get to the light, you realize that it is lighting the entrance of a cave.
Ooh.
You're
Am
about
I within
20
60
feet.
feet of the light?
You are within 60 feet of the light.
The light turns off.
Okay, the light turns off.
Technomancy.
Hold on.
That sounds
It's a
great until
spell
they
that I
realize.
have.
That sounds great until they realize their lights are turning off.
Curious?
So you, so the first light goes out, and you're shrouded in darkness now. You can kind of hear murmuring voices from the inside, but you can't quite see where they're coming from.
Should we ambush them?
Should we?
Also, why not? Sounds like a
Why
good plan.
not?
How are we setting up
Okay.
exactly?
We
So you would
hide.
like to continue sneaking forwards?
Since you said they were murmuring, I'm suspecting that they're being like, "What's up with the light?" And then walk outside, and then we get them.
Yeah. So you do hear some muttering, and then actually when the light goes out, it just kind of stops for a second.
Oh.
And you hear some disgruntled shuffling inside, and one of those "ow, you stepped on my toe" kind of thing as they're trying to make their way out. They
We
can't.
hide.
Make me a stealth check to hide.
Yeah.
Let's just to see.
all, of us,
That's better. 17.
all of us making the stealth check to
Yep.
hide? Okay.
If you are hiding,
Mhm.
yes.
I'll try. You got one good
23.
stealth roll on me. 11.
Oh no. Felon, no. Why are you like this? A 7. Felon isn't that particularly good at hiding. She yeeted. That's what she did.
Hey!
She's like,
As it's just
Her
standing there
tail's
looking at them.
sticking out.
Hello.
yeah, my tail is just like saying like, hey, come here.
But you do manage to kind of huddle yourselves and hide, and it's dark out, so they don't notice. They really don't notice Felon's tail sticking out of the bushes.
Oh.
And so you see 3 humans come out. Kind of got blasters out and just looking around confusedly. It's like, hello? Who's out there? And another one's kind of like muttering curses at the light that went out. They're trying to figure out what's wrong with it and can't find a source.
I have a question. Can
Yes.
I use my bird to like use Thackeray to make a noise? Like
Yeah.
a sound or something. All right. So Thackeray kind of sort of like appears like near, is there like any trees around?
Yeah, you're kind of in a very small clearing in front of this cave.
Okay. So he's gonna get up on the cave and he gonna say, "Hey losers! Hey losers!" and then just move to the next tree. Just keeps calling them losers.
Okay. So as he lights and starts talking on the cave, one of them is going to try to shoot him.
Oh dear.
At disadvantage because he's moving.
That's probably enough of a distraction.
Yeah, it probably is.
Does an 11 hit?
Well, no, I have a feeling it does because he's a raven. So yeah, let's say it does. If I can find the raven thing real quick. Raven D5E. Bet you he's gonna get hurt and I'm gonna cry.
Oh.
I'm gonna cry like he just keeps going them losers. You said a 15?
No, an 11.
Oh no! Oh Lord, no! Mm-mm.
Okay, so the shot goes wide Thackeray is able to fly away quick enough that he does not get hit.
They're distracted enough at this point. I think we should make our move. Otherwise, we're just like watching her pet get shot, which is
Yes.
not great.
I will give you a surprise round, which means you get 1 action, not a full turn.
I will cast slow on them.
Okay.
Which
Do I have to
means-
save against that?
Yes. Each of them gets a wisdom saving throw at DC 15.
One of them, the one checking out the lights, is a little bit further away. He manages to succeed. The other 2 fail.
So their speed is halved. They have a -2 on AC and Dex saving throws, and it can't use reactions.
Can't
It can
you?
use either an action or a bonus action, but not both.
Dang. What a
Dang.
spell.
Yeah.
Slow is a good
Fun.
spell,
Good
which
one.
is why I have it.
I actually want to then. How close are they standing together?
They're all within like 10 feet of each other.
That's exactly what I need. I'm going to pop one of my concussion grenades.
Okay.
And throw it at. Well, throw it, I guess, at the central one. So I do need to make a improvised ranged attack. not gonna. No. 14. No. Yes. Sorry. 14. Does that hit?
14 does not hit.
Okay. So
Oh,
Even
actually,
with the
wait.
minus
It hits
two?
two of them because they have a minus. Two of them have a -2 to AC. So it hits the two in the front.
okay. So that will be 1d8 thunder damage. Do I get sneak attack on this?
Since you're getting a surprise round, I will give you sneak attack.
Yay!
It's not a rogue weapon, though. Just want to.
I will
Mm,
say, yeah, because it is an improvised weapon. It isn't a rogue weapon. So I won't
Yeah.
actually say it.
Okay. Retcon that.
I just wanted to see if you would.
Ooh,
Let's see.
you're one of those.
Yeah, you have to ask.
All right. I see you.
So 6 thunder damage, and everyone within 10 feet also now has to beat. I think it's a DC 12 con save, and if not, they are deafened.
Okay. One of them fails. Two of them fail. Roll another D8 for me. That was the damage die, right?
Yes.
Yeah, roll another D8 because he rolled a nat 1. Sorry, I'm just trying to keep track of who's getting hit by
6
what.
again.
Okay. So. Okay, so two of them are deafened, and let's see if I remember my shorthand halfway through combat. Amp.
Okay. Two of them are deafened. We're going to go ahead and get out the concussion rifle again.
Okay.
And let's see. Is there one that is further of the two that are deafened?
The one in the farthest in the back that hasn't really been hit with anything yet got deafened.
Oh, he's the only one? Okay, that's the one
and then there's the one in the front.
Okay, I'm going to hit the one that's been deafened in the back.
Okay.
That's the one I'm aiming for. And that is a 14 to hit.
That does not hit. That one does not have a
Dang
-2
it.
to AC.
Okay. In that case, then bonus action, I'm going to have Mac fire. They have an integrated repeater.
Actually, since it's a construct, I will let the construct take an action.
Okay.
But you're not technically getting a full turn
Okay.
for the surprise round.
Then, yes, Mac's going to fire its integrated repeater.
Okay.
For
The same
17
one?
to hit. Yep.
17 hits.
All right, that is 2d6 radiant.
Way to go, Big Mac.
7.
All right. So, Felon, would you like to make an action?
Yeah, they for some reason, I don't know why they have this. They have a blowgun. I don't know what that do. So we're just gonna try and shoot it.
Okay.
What piercing damage?
All right, please. Yay! 19.
That hits.
What? So
Which one are you shooting at?
That's a good question.
There's the one in the back that they've all been hit at this point.
They all been hit.
Yeah.
Okay, so which one do I want to hit? Can I just hit like the only one I see that's kind of almost close to me or something?
Yeah, you can hit the one in the front.
All right, I hit the one in front. So what do I need to roll for damage? Because I never.
What
What
rolled.
did you say you had?
I had a blowgun.
Blowgun. Oh,
I think it's a
D&D
D4.
weapon. All right.
So I think it is a D4.
I am
Hey.
99% that is a D4. I do not have it in front of me though.
Well, I'm looking it up.
Wait, I have this blowgun. I have no idea how to use this thing.
Somewhere here. Blowgun.
Mhm.
One.
Yeah,
One
one
piercing
piercing
damage.
Yeah,
Confused by that. What I was looking at. 1 piercing damage.
one piercing damage. So do I need to
Oh,
roll
one.
something,
Nope.
or just a one?
Oh, it's just
One.
a straight.
Straight one. All right.
Yeah, so you managed
Maximum damage.
Yeah,
to
exactly.
hang him
That's
in like
actually-
the side of the face. with this dart.
Mm-hmm.
And that is everybody. So let's roll some initiative.
That would suck getting a dot to the face.
Oh, yay! An 11.
Initiative.
A
This is
5.
This is
8.
fine.
13.
Can you all put those in Zoom chat?
Of
So I'm going to be
course.
asking you like 50 million times, and run the smugglers as a group.
Really open the Zoom chat.
I think I'm calculating this right.
I never thought I'd actually use those concussion grenades so soon. There you go.
My brain works, I promise.
And does sometimes. Halftime.
3/4 for me.
Wait.
Okay. Awesome. So it is all right. So it is the first smuggler's turn. So kind of gets hit by this dart. And is going to turn and take 2 shots.
Uh-oh.
One with you see him draw this huge hand cannon
Oh.
in one hand, and he has a blaster in the other, and he is going to aim both. He's going to aim the hand cannon at Felon and the
Oh, no.
repeater at Mac.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of the creature's abilities or magic items, it can't make more than 1 melee or ranged attack during its turn.
Okay. Well, in that case, it is just going to fire the Magnus Opum at Felon.
I want it. Whatever it is, I want it.
Oh,
Oof,
oh
what a
dear.
nerd.
Not the Magnus Opum. I want it.
Oh.
It is basically
Oof.
a massive hand cannon, I'm pretty sure. Pretty good.
It's a
Wow.
blast.
That'd be an 18.
Ow! Ow! That hurts so much.
Well, 18 to hit.
18 hit. Yeah. Armor class. Oh yeah, that hurts. Yep. Mm-hmm. It's me. So
And then 14 radiant damage.
Oh, 14. I'll be fine.
I want it.
Oh, this is fine.
I'm not even hiding where I am anymore. I'm just going, give me it. Give me your gun.
Yes, sir. You see fire this gun, and you just see it like light up with radiant light, and it just like, and then there's just smoke. And he holsters it.
You said 14 radiant damage?
Yeah.
All right. Ow. Oh god.
And then that's its turn.
Oh, okay.
Slow.
Yep.
I
Right.
think he can make a save at the end of his turn. Let me check.
It's a wisdom save, right? They're not very wise. 14?
A 14 does not succeed.
Nope, not very wise. This is his life now.
Yay.
Then Hams, it is your turn.
God, getting a dart to the face in slow motion. Ah. Yeah. Can I actually? I'm not, like I say, I really want that gun. I'm just gonna walk up and just take it out of his holster.
Okay. Make
If
me
he can't take a reaction.
make me
You
a
can't,
sleight of hand check, I guess, just to make sure you can actually get it out.
I'm terrible at sleight of hand.
This is
I'll
I'll
really
give
want
you
that gun.
advantage because he can't move.
Yeah, you're like, oh no!
You my
Oh, tragedy.
And you're not within range to get an opportunity attack from the other one, so
Nope.
that isn't slowed.
If you are giving me advantage, I will definitely take
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, because him and the person next to him are in slow motion right now.
18.
Okay, yeah, you definitely managed to pull it out. It is smoking hot.
Ah, jeez.
Yeah, it is quite literally still smoking, and you have pulled out the Magnus Opum, which is a hand cannon. And I will be able to get stats to you. I'm sure I have them somewhere here.
I just grin.
Oh, I can read them out. It's 2d10 radiant, blaster, range 60 to 180, heavy, overheat.
Yep.
Oh, it's heavy. Damn.
Yeah.
That's gonna suck.
So it is also. Oh yeah, because you are technically small, which means
Technically
that.
small.
Yeah. But you can
Well, I'm
hang on
small.
to it, and you never know what'll happen. It is also currently overheated, so
Yeah,
it cannot be
so-
used.
Can't be used. But I just sort of wave it in his face like, I'm taking this.
I imagine that because it's heavy, you have to take like 2 hands.
Oh yeah, I'm
to
like
do it.
waved it like that, like I'm taking this. This is mine now. And I just
Nice.
would that take my turn to take it cause it's heavy?
I am
Yes?
going to say yes.
Okay, I just
Yeah.
use my rest of my movement to well, you know what, again, since bonus action, I dash, I run away.
Okay. Yeah. You managed to dash back to your group.
Don't know about Yola, but I got what I wanted.
Maybe you want to dash not towards us, so if they have grenades.
Ah, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Just
one
juggling this
is
hot
going
gun
to
in my hand.
aim. He pulls out a gun identical to the one you just stole, Hams. And number 3 is going to aim it at you. And the is going to aim his repeater because he is not slowed at Mac.
A whole collection of these things.
So that's a 18 to hit Mac.
I believe that does it. Yes, it does.
Dice. 7 radiant damage for
Okay.
that one. And then 20 to hit.
Nat
Hams.
20?
Yep.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh
That
no.
obviously hits. Why the pilot save me?
18 radiant
Ooh.
damage.
Okay.
We're gonna
Yeah.
lose our pilot.
That definitely sucks. Don't worry,
He's
I've got-
holding 2 potions of healing. It'll be fine, right?
Yeah. I'm still standing. Not looking so great. Maybe a few more extra burns, but yeah.
And the other one is going to fire a repeater at Wex. Math 16.
That hits.
Whenever I'm
7
trying
radiant
to put
damage.
numbers in my head, I'm just gonna
How
yell
many
math
did you
from
say?
now on.
I do it all the time.
7
7. All right.
radiant. Yeah, and that is his turn because he is slowed.
Oh, wait,
One
radiant.
player
I
is
can
my
do my
hand.
thing.
Oh.
All right, so it's actually a little less because I reduced the damage with my Hunger of the Void.
Ooh.
Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, so you
I-
take half damage and you gain temporary hit points equal to your charisma modifier, I believe, correct?
Mhm.
Nice.
No, I reduced, and I get temporary hit points equal to my Warlock level, which is 5.
Even better.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so this like void opens up and you just see like the light absorb into Wex's chassis. And
Beautiful and
seems to be looking
horrifying.
better for getting hit with this blast somehow.
I need to learn that.
What a fascinating construct.
And then,
that way.
Felon, it is your turn.
Oh, that's easy. I'm gonna place a hex on poor boy that shot me.
Okay.
I'm gonna give him the bleeding hex. He must make a DC 13 Constitution saving throw, please, and thank you.
He got a 7, so I'm gonna say a hard no on that one.
Yay!
And this
He takes
poor
an
guy is
additional
deaf, slow.
What? 1d4. He takes an additional 1d4 damage.
'Kay,
But
That's
so
from all attacks, correct?
yeah, it looks like from the hex. Yes. So oh,
Cool.
he takes one. Takes one pole damage.
'Kay.
'Cause I just say this is what you don't ever do this again. And I just
Isn't
cast
that hex? He takes an additional D4 damage for every
Yeah.
attack that hits him. So you would have to
Yeah.
roll to attack to do that damage.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's an additional D4 on any attack that hits him as long as he is
Mhm.
hexed, from
All
my
right.
understanding
All
of
right,
it.
so-
So
You want me to just roll one?
yeah, what are you attacking him with?
Let's try my blowgun again. I just point my blowgun
Really,
right.
the 1 damage thing? Okey
Oh,
doke.
Oh, no,
yeah,
she just
yeah.
add a D4 to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a 17.
That's a hit. I
That
would
yeah,
imagine.
that definitely hits.
All right,
See what are you
and
complaining about?
2 plus what?
Plus 1, so 3.
3.
Oh, right.
He's slowed, he's deafened, and he's getting riddled with darts.
This guy's having like a pretty bad day. Not gonna lie.
That's what you get for being
He's
a smuggler.
sad.
He has
Um,
this giant laser rifle and someone's killing him with like the least effective weapon in the game.
It's like someone just pinching your cheek.
No, my
but it
fist
just-
does more damage. So. Not even shooting darts, you're shooting like paper spitballs.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, and he's hurt by the internal shame of it all.
Yes.
Humiliating him to death.
this-
That's what
yeah.
you're doing.
It's like vicious mockery in disguise, but slightly less
Yes.
effective.
Yes.
And Amp, it is your turn.
Okay. All right. So, gosh.
The one
He does-
closest to you is hexed. The one
Okay.
behind him is slowed, and the one who has since turned from fixing the light is deafened.
My gosh. Do any of them still have -2 AC?
Yeah, that is on. I don't know how many turns that lasts for, but we're gonna say yes. The first 2.
Okay. So I will attack then the one that's closest to me. Amp is
1
going to.
minute.
Okay, yeah, they're
Also, I should
they
make a
definitely still have
concentration
-2.
check.
AC.
Oh, okay.
So I will do that.
Yep. Then I'm going to try and attack the one closest to me with my repeater.
Okay, go for it. Roll to attack.
All right. That would be an 8. That does not hit.
That does not hit.
And then Amp's bonus action is going to be to command Mac to run over to the one that she just tried to shoot at and smack him twice, or try to smack him.
Okay.
So we've got 13 to hit and 12 to hit. So
The
Mac
13
misses.
hits.
Oh, it does. Okay.
Yeah, because it has -2. And roll an extra D4 on your damage because it is also hexed.
That's right.
It's
Okay.
like hexed, deafened, and slowed.
Yeah.
It's a day.
Hope
It's
you
a day.
realise
He
you're
does have a
rethinking your
day.
life choices now, mate.
I passed my concentration check.
All right. Max damage with that D4 is a grand total of 4.
Okay.
So we got in a good smack.
He got in a really good smack. Like you're pretty sure that Mac broke this person's nose. You just see the blood start to run.
Oh.
I feel you, friend. Don't worry. I feel you.
And then Wex, it is your turn.
All right. I'm just going to shoot him with the eye beams.
Okay.
Boom. So I'm going for the same target that was just attacked.
Okay.
Because we have to focus fire. I'll just walk at them and fire while I'm doing that.
Okay.
That's a 16 to hit and 17 damage.
Oh, right. Yes.
Oh, no, I didn't do the plus 1d4
Plus
thing.
1d4.
Yes.
Ooh, 4. Nice.
All right. So he, like, you just see like this like black hole kind of like wither like half of his body. He is not looking very good at
Well,
all.
It's
Uh,
still
Oh,
alive.
you organics appearances, that's just all relative.
Yeah.
He's
he's not looking very good, and
Maybe
he
he'll
is
heal
still
that
alive.
up after he sleeps. I don't know how you all work.
Oh yeah, you can totally just sleep off plasma burns.
Yeah, I
do it all
heard
the
you
time.
heal automatically,
fine.
which is super impressive.
Go a glass of milk and a nice sleep. Everyone's okay.
All right, so it is that one's turn. And he is just going to try to shoot Wex with his repeater.
I will remind you that it's the darkness, so I don't know if that's going to affect how he can see.
Oh, there
Like,
is.
I did turn
darkness.
off the light, so
Mm. Yes. Well, he rolled a nat 20 and a 17 with disadvantage, so
that should hit.
that does hit, and it'll with 10 radiant, or half that with that ability.
Yep, that's gonna just eat up my temporary HP, which I then instantly regain.
Dang.
This
Might have to
ability.
put a
This is
limit on
great.
Hunger of the
Dang,
Void.
y'all.
Might have to put a little
No
limit
light
on that.
can stand against the all-consuming darkness.
All right. So that all-consuming darkness just consumes half of the damage, and you see him just kind of almost reflects in a way as if Wex has like this shield kind of going on.
This feels really overpowered.
Yes.
It kind of does.
Right.
But hey,
We'll talk
maybe
to
it'll save your life
the
one day.
dude who wrote the book about it. And be like, is this how it's supposed to go? Because
I'll inquire. I'm not that concerned about it. And
like I'm
that
cheating. So you know,
that is its turn.
Oh.
He is still slowed. Did you make a concentration check for your?
Oh.
I did not. Thank you.
And,
I don't play a lot of casters.
Neither do I, which is why I always forget.
That's a pass.
Okay.
Just barely.
And Hams, it is your turn.
So sort of just staring at the marvelous hand cannon.
Remember
Do
that
I
they
really
get
want to
to do a save at the end of their turn.
I really want to use this, or
Nope, failed.
I'll pull it away for now and just sort of. I have to decide if I want to get rid of because I've only got one holster, so I'm like looking at some of my arms that I'm holding and like,
Yeah.
no, I need to keep that one. No, I can't get rid of that. That's Old Faithful. I'll hold on to it. That's what I'll do. I'll just hold on to it, and I will move up to I guess it's the closest one. Like I say, just might as well focus and just take a swing with my laser sword.
All right. Roll to attack.
Well, that's not going to do me any favors. 14.
That hits.
Oh, good. 1d8. So that would be 12.
Okay. So you just cleave this line straight across the smuggler's chest, and he stumbles back and kind of stumbles down onto one knee, and there's like blood pouring from his mouth and from all of these wounds, and he's having a very bad day and is kind of regretting the fact that he is still alive.
Yeah, I just
Not
sort
just
of,
kind
Poor
of.
people.
he is technically eye level to me now, I guess. I just sort of
Yeah,
look at
yeah.
him like, you don't realize you can give up and you can just like leave.
We
I'm
didn't
cool
even
with
talk
it.
to them. We never gave them a chance to surrender or just give us the thing.
That's what we're doing.
Yes.
We're doing it now. Don't worry.
Murder.
He just kind of spits some blood in your face.
Oh, that's uncalled for. That's uncalled for.
So rude.
So
You realize I'm going to have to kill you. That's just the way of the world. Yeah, that'll be my turn.
Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. So one is going to pull out a repeater and try to shoot Hams. Couple shots. One misses, the other hits, so that's 10 radiant.
What was the hit? Just so. I can-
17 plus
Yeah,
something.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And
Yeah.
10.
10 radiant.
Ooh. Cool.
And then the other one is going to turn.
Can I uncanny dodge that actually?
Okay.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
I'm bet. Yes, I definitely want to.
And the other one is going to draw a rapier and come for Amp.
Okay.
Old
Try and
school. I
stab
like
the
it.
squishy.
13 to hit.
That does hit.
It does. Ouch.
Yeah, just barely.
7. 7 piercing. Because it's a
Piercing.
rapier and I know things.
Okay, so I am going to use my reaction to reform and take a
Okay.
D4 off of that damage.
All right.
And that'd be 4.
3, there we go.
So then that was 3 damage total.
3 damage
Mhm.
total.
Okay, cool.
The smuggler just kind of watches your like luminescent body just kind of begins to reform. Is just like what?
It's kind of
And just he just kind of takes a step back. He's not very familiar with amoeboids. All right, and then that be that. And Felon, it is your turn.
Okay. Do I see the one near looking like what the F at Amp?
Yes, you are actually relatively close.
Oh really? Okay. So we're gonna have to really have to show it a little bit. I'm gonna take my dagger. I just gonna literally slowly poke out my dagger,
Mhm.
and like really quick, slam my dagger deep, embed in his chest, like slam.
Okay, roll to attack.
All right, let's see. Please. Ooh, wait, that's a 17.
That hits.
Okay. Oh, I forgot. What do I roll for it too?
1d4 plus your dexterity
Dex or strength.
or strength, and your
Okay.
proficiency bonus if you are proficient with simple weapons.
All right. Luckily, I am, so that'll be a 3. So 4 plus whatever I'm gonna get. 1 plus 1 plus 3. 1 5. Then 5 points of damage.
All right, yeah. So you managed to get him pretty solidly, like in the back,
Mhm.
by one of the shoulder blades, and he kind of staggers and starts to turn towards you.
I do this. Just
He
the
scowls.
weirdest. I smell him like the creepiest way. That's
It's,
not
it's
even
just
trying to
all
get him.
teeth.
All teeth. Okay.
Yeah.
Most
All
terrifying
right.
race in the universe, just smiling really gently at you and doing this sort of look. No, even
All
I'm
right.
creeped out by that one.
Amp, it is your turn.
one has ferocious friends. And then just kind of from somewhere in the amorphous goo comes Amp's antimatter dagger, just kind of juts out towards the one that had come towards them.
Roll to attack.
And that is a 15 to attack.
That hits.
Yes. Okay. 1d4 necrotic. 1 point of necrotic damage.
All right.
And then Mac is, oh gosh, is Mac still? Yeah. None of them have died, so Mac is still standing in front of the one it was hitting last.
Yeah, he's looking pretty bloody.
Yep. Mac's gonna try and smack that one again.
Okay.
Empty-handed. With a nat 20
Nice.
Ooh.
and a 14.
Both of those hit.
Okay. Is this one hexed?
It is hexed.
Yeah.
So that's
Okay.
an additional 3d4 damage.
3d4. Okay, holy crap.
Ooh.
Okay.
Well, because it's 1d4 per attack that hits it,
Oh, okay.
I think, and that's what we're going with because that seems logical.
That's what we're going with then. Okay, so Mac gets a 5 and a 5 for each swing, and then the hex damage is 3, 7, so
Okay, and an extra
17.
and an extra die for the.
The crit, yeah.
Did you double the dice for the nat 20 as well?
Oh no, I did
For that
not.
one hit.
I did not. Let me roll an additional die for that. Oh, it was a 1.
All right. How would Mac like to do this?
Okay, Mac is just going to try and open its arms as far as possible, and then close them as quickly as possible.
Oh.
Oof.
I thought I
So
was going to give a nice gentle bear hug or something.
yeah,
Just slam.
slams straight onto this poor thing's head, and you can hear the bones crack inwards and the cartilage as it just crunches and falls dead
Mac has
to
no
the
reaction.
ground.
Just turns around towards the other enemy.
And his friends just kind of just freeze, and they are going to try to book it. So you will get opportunity attacks.
Oh no, I'm letting them run. If he wants to run,
If you would like to try to take an opportunity of attack,
Yeah.
Felon and Amp would get them against one of them, and the other one is actually out of range of everybody else's opportunity attacks.
Okay.
But you,
I'm gonna try to throw. Can I try to throw, like, take my dagger at one dude and just try to throw it as hard as I can?
yeah, I will let you do that against the one that is closest to you.
Okay.
Though actually you are at a range where throwing it would be a disadvantage.
Shoot.
So but you're able just to like slash at him as he's running away.
Okay. So just try to roll for it anyway.
Yep.
All right. Just want to make sure. Ooh, Lord, 16 and a 13.
Both of those actually hit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
So
roll some damage.
All right. So
It'll be 1d4 plus 3.
3 plus 3 is 6.
Okay. So you manage to catch him like in the back, but he keeps running.
Darn it.
Amp will allow them to flee. Won't take an opportunity attack.
I'm also already ignoring them and walking into the cave to see all the loot that's, I'm guessing, is over there.
Yeah, so in the cave, you hear this muffled kind of crying coming
Oh,
from
I
behind
know.
some of the crates.
This
The
is
map
fine.
maker guy. The kidnapped him. I forgot about that.
yeah, there was somebody who was kidnapped, who would potentially like your help.
Yeah.
And yeah, so you find this little rock gnome, just kind of like with this gag in his mouth and tied up, with some cuffs, just kind of sitting there, and he sees you all enter, and his eyes just go really wide with fear. You're a very interesting assortment of folks, and he's just he tries to like push himself up against the wall.
I slowly go over to him and say, "Hello, sir. We're not here to hurt you. We're here to rescue you."
Make me a persuasion check, please.
Yeah, I would
With
not trust.
disadvantage.
I would not trust
Because
a
you are in
Rothian
Roth.
saying that. I would not. I would be so terrified.
A 14 and an 11.
Okay. So he looks up at you in absolute terror,
Oh.
but kind of looks at the people around you,
Mhm.
kind of for their reactions. They don't seem like, they're your captives or anything. So he kind of just holds out his hands, which are like bound by these like solid steel cuffs, and with like these pleading eyes. He can't talk.
I'll take the gag off at least. Like, you don't need to worry about them. They're
Does
harmless.
Felon bite the hands? I'm just like,
No.
Just,
No.
yeah, I will
They
take his
do
gag
not
off so he can at
fight
least.
the hand.
So as you take the guy, he's like, thank you. I think, if
I'll be honest, I kind of forgot about you. I was just looking for your maps.
I'm happy to.
I've been looking through the cave while they're doing that. I'm no interest in this
Okay.
rock gnomes because I'm focused on the task. Star map. Is it here?
The map. Oh, you're the crew for the Zephyr.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
I have your map, but it's back at my shop. They didn't find it. Stuff like that I keep in a different vault. If you let me
Never.
go, I'll be happy to give you a discount on it.
Wait, discount? Oh, aye, we're supposed to pay for it as well. You know what? No, you know, just tell me where it is, and I'll go get it. It's fine.
You cannot access it. They would have taken it if you could have.
Okay.
I'm sure this lot could figure it out.
Is all this stuff yours?
No.
Do I have
Who
permission
it belong to? Should we return it?
I do not know. The smugglers have been taking lots of stuff from the merchants recently.
If you want to let them go, you can let them go. It's fine. I'm not too bothered.
Do I have your permission to try and bite the your thing about those hand things that surround your wrist?
Fingers? Yeah, those are fingers.
I'm not
Maybe
going to
not.
eat.
Felon, you ought to not bite things. Remember the last
Mm.
thing you bit and how foul it tasted.
Oh, metal's great. It tastes like blood. It's totally fine. It's
Uh,
great taste.
Just allow me a
see-
moment with my tinker's tools. I'm sure I can get those off of them.
You see Felon's face as they reminded of the horrible beet taste. And they like, I'm just gonna go to the corner, and they sit there and just sit there and shake their heads
Oh,
like,
Felon.
I shall never bite anything ever again. This is a lie, they will.
Yes.
The narrator says.
If you would like to try with the Tinker's tools, you are welcome to make a check.
Okay,
with them.
cool. 8.
You are not quite able to get them off. You hear some things start to shift and click, but they do not quite fall free.
Are they trapped? Oh no. Okay, I thought they were trapped. That'd be awesome. If you're like, well, let's unlock those. And
This isn't a Saw movie.
Now I'm in them.
I guess I could try if my.
I've
thieves'
never
tools
thought of
again.
doing that. I'm gonna remember that.
I'm not
Can I
quite
try, like-
familiar with handcuffs.
Yeah,
Hams,
Can I
are
try and-
you?
I'll give it a go. I mean, I've escaped a few cuffs once or twice. Uh, 17.
So the cuffs fall away. Kind of rubs his wrist. He's like, "Thank you very much. Yes, I will get your map for you. Just meet me back at my shop. Don't know anything else about the rest of the stuff here, so I didn't see anything." And he kind of just bows his head. And
Don't forget about that discount. No.
Don't
no,
go
of course.
alone. It's dangerous out there. We encountered plant monsters. You should allow us to escort you.
And
If you would like,
they taste terrible.
I would not eat many things that come from this jungle, admittedly. But if you're heading back soon, I guess I could accompany you.
We have accomplished our objectives, unless anyone else has any reason to stay.
Well, I might as well rummage around and see what. If there's other stores that have been robbed, I might as well.
I figured we would
back their
take
stuff.
back whatever we could carry.
Exactly. Take back their stuff. Aye, we'll do that. Aye.
There's no point in letting it fall into smugglers' hands if it's better used.
Agreed.
True.
I'll turn to the merchant. You will, of course, help us carry.
I can solve that.
Yeah, we've got the big guy. He can do all the heavy lifting.
How are you gonna solve the merchant helping us carry?
Oh, as far as carrying things,
Oh, okay.
Just get back.
base bag of holding.
Yeah, if you would like to use the transmat deck, you are definitely able to.
Yes,
So,
please.
what is the.
Any crates that you deem important, we'll just pop open the transmit deck and put them inside for later.
Cool.
Nice.
What's
It can carry up to, I think, 500 pounds. And right now I
That's a
have,
lot.
yeah, I have 53 pounds of contents in it right now. So we've
Nice.
got room.
Well, let's
Nice.
load her up.
Yep.
I want to at least have a little nosy and see what's inside some of them.
You
I
can
don't
take
even
a peek.
bother. I'm just chucking it in, whatever it might be.
Okay. Yeah, if you just want to chuck things in and sort through it
Yeah.
later, you're more than able to do
Mhm.
that.
If
We're
I
on a
happen to
long
come
space
across
voltage,
something
we'll have downtime.
specifically interesting, I'll pocket it.
There's
But
there's no markings. It looks like everything in these crates has kind of been repackaged from their original crates and kind of sorted. Most of them contain data pads and a few like
Ooh.
basic weapons and stuff like that. But
So nothing to.
Yeah.
My Magnum is probably the most interesting thing that we've got.
Nothing
well,
super
we did see
interesting.
that
but-
Felon was using a blowgun, so we may want to, swap that out for something that's, a few centuries advanced
like it.
technology-wise.
It's
Well,
rustic.
You know,
Well,
1
and if-
damage to
It's-
6 damage.
It's a helpful bow gun. I can use it for my hexes and the darts and stuff. Like
I never used a gun before. Do you know how to use a blaster?
I don't know if I don't think I know how to use. No, well, one time I did, but I broke it. I
Oh no,
played.
see, I'm not giving them any guns if they break them. That's just silly.
I see.
I don't think they need them.
They well see my when I was on a thing and they said here use this thing and I did and I played with it and I broke it, so I can't use anything that I might break
Just gently
easily.
patting all my guns just to make sure you're safe. The words. They ain't touching them. They ain't touching you. You're fine.
you see the note kind of like I don't want to rush you, but if we could talk and walk at the same time, I'd really like to get back to my shop. I have a lot of stuff
We
to
are
put back in
loading
order.
as fast as we can.
I'll
Yeah,
order
what's the-
Mac to start
what
loading
does
up
it look
everything
like?
into the transmit deck.
And he kind
Do
of
not
comes over
worry
and
about
moves.
your store. The police are there.
Thank you. Sure, that should help clear things up. I hope. Though you seem to
I just want to
have
double
cleared it up
check.
plenty.
With the healing potions that I got, regular or minor?
Regular healing potions.
Oh, even better. I need to.
Oh, and I'll turn the lamp back on. 'Cause I forgot.
We can see again.
Nicely leave it off. Conserve power.
You-
Yeah, so there's about 5 crates that you think are actually worth taking. And they're about probably like 20, 30 pounds each.
Okay. I'm just gonna put
Okay.
crate for now, and then you can
Yeah, and then we'll
Random
send me what's in
crates.
there.
send them afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of maps for areas we'll never go to. Score.
Fair point. Yeah, we're leaving this sector. We don't really need the maps here.
Yes.
So you get everything packed up and you begin to make your way back through the forest. Now that you've been there, it's quite a bit easier to find your way back. And so you make it back. The guards kind of give you a once over as you come out, and they see that Zilkis is with you. He's like, "Oh, glad to see you're back safe and sound. Didn't have to go trekking after your flares. So
Yes,
assume
we have
everything worked?"
retrieved this man. Also, many objects. There are even more back at their camp, which is located here. And I'll point to it at my Google Maps.
Okay. They take the location down, download it into a data paddler. We'll be sure to look into that. As for the goods, we will return what we can, but lots of stuff.
Whatever I have on me that I don't care about, I'll just dump there.
Okay, so there's probably a couple crates of just like miscellaneous items, and they just kind of look at it and they're like,
Nail clippers.
supplies, rations, stuff like that.
Nice.
And
Lots of
they just kind of
buttons.
look at it and they're like, thank you. We'll get these redistributed, I'm sure.
Oh, you're welcome. Now, about
Oh
that
man,
reward you
none of these
mentioned.
loot crates ever have anything I need.
Yeah,
I think I remember someone mentioning a reward.
yeah,
yes.
absolutely. They transfer you 100 credits each.
Oh,
Ooh, nice.
We're very grateful for all of your assistance.
just don't tell them some of the smugglers are actually still alive. You know, they might produce the money.
I mean, they might reduce the money if they know we're murderers, but
Oh, that's fair. Oh, that was
It
fair,
was
Tom.
a smug. I mean, we didn't murder anyone. A construct defended itself against an attacker.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Those rules of robotics and all that.
Yes.
Totally fine.
And
Ew.
Zilkis looks at you. He's like, "Thank you very much. I understand if you have other business, but I should go talk to the
we
people at
still
my
need
shop."
the map.
Yes, you're welcome to meet me there whenever. I
No,
am
we're
sure I'll
just
have it.
following him. We're just following him.
Okay, so if you follow him back to your shop, he kind of sighs as he looks at all of the work that he's going to have to do to put it back together, and a lot of the stuff that he's
While
replaced.
we're there, I'll summon an unseen servant and have them clean up.
Mm.
He is very grateful.
And Mac will start lifting any heavy drawers, items, knocked over shelving.
I am just sitting on the counter looking at my magnum.
Felon's gonna help, but they're just gonna try very carefully not to do any more damage. Just help Mac set up things and
Okay.
and
So the store is basically put back in order. He erects like a barrier in his shattered window, and just rummages. You see him go into the back room for a second. He comes out with a small data chip. He's like, "This who's your pilot?"
Oh, that'll be me.
Points.
Hands it over.
That would
He's like,
be the small one.
Just upload that into into your ship's nav system. It should get you to DZ5, which I believe is where Lena said you were going. For all the help and everything, just 10 gold for the map. Astrogations said that they would give you funds to purchase everything you needed, I believe.
Ah,
Aye,
yes.
they did that.
True.
Very much I did so.
I have those funds, and I will go ahead and transfer 10 credits from the party funds.
Thank you very much, and safe travels. If
Thank you.
thank you. Do you have a disguise kit? Because
I do
can't-
not.
Oh.
Unless you want to disguise yourself as a map.
Oh.
yes.
Look, you know,
Your best bet is probably one of the general stores. There might be some cosmetics, apparel stores 2 streets over.
Thank you. Because I don't think anyone would like to see me. And she would held up their black and red hands like, I don't think anyone wants me to see me like this. So thank
I have
you.
no objections
Perhaps
to
you
your
should
appearance.
wash your hands.
My hands are fine.
They are literally covered with blood.
aye, you're definitely gonna have to brush your teeth. That's definitely something you're gonna have to do.
Blood aside, well,
Rotten bites and crash is not a good smell.
No, don't remind me of that.
So if you want to pick up a disguise kit, it'll be 15 credits, and you're just
Okay.
able to have it transmatted to the ship, basically. So
I would like one of those quadcorders.
okay, it was
Because-
85 gold, I believe.
Yeah.
Yep, you're able
I-
to any basic gear. You are absolutely able to pick up.
I want to upgrade then.
Okay,
I want to then upgrade to studded leather then actually. So the tactical nano vest. I think that's what it is.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna need like how many disguise kits can I get at this point?
I think you can use one and continue to use it.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can
you
continue
just-
to use it for a significant amount of time.
Okay.
The thing with
It's
the
just
disguise
some
kit
makeup.
is that for the growth, it cannot alter the shape of your body.
No.
It is just a physical disguise kit. So it's things
Okay.
like cosmetics and dyes and stuff like that.
You know,
So
a
you
wig.
will not be able to hide like the shape of your head.
Some
Ah,
fake
um,
ears.
that sort of thing.
Mustache.
Yeah, you could get some fake ears and a mustache to put on.
You
But,
need to get a mustache.
okay, I'll get a mustache.
I just
Oh
like to. I just imagining a ruffian with a really just like elaborate curly
Very
mustache.
curly.
Yeah, get a very curly mustache.
I approve of this.
Me too.
But yeah, so you're able to get your basic gear. The tactical nanofiber is 45 gold.
Right. My AC has gone up. One.
And so once you're done shopping, if there's anything else you want, we can also work that out. But once you're done shopping, you head back to the spaceport where Lena said that you would be able to find her waiting with the Zephyr. And she kind of runs up and waves you over. You made it back. Just in time. We just finished all of our upgrades. And installations and everything. The final pre-flight check is done. I have the basic specs of your ship, and she transfers the information to your data pads.
Mm-hmm.
And you see a ship that is like this. It's this dark, like kind of opalescent finish, or like that oil burnish finish. And you see emblazoned in like bright silver letters, just the Zephyr on its bow. And it's a very sleek ship. It is a Corvette class with 3,000 feet of movement. And you can see the glistening purple of a shield that runs over the armor plating as well. So it has
Ooh.
been
Nice.
upgraded. Looks kind of like the Tempest from Mass Effect Andromeda. That kind of like definitely
That was
built
actually-
for fancy flying.
Mm.
I was imagining the Normandy.
Or the Normandy. Like, you know, something in that vein.
Yeah, it's like a really sleek.
Yeah, really sleek, modern vessel. And the stairs, the gangway comes down, and you are able to board. And Lena's just standing there on the steps, and she's like, so everything is basically life support systems, everything like that. It's all managed by an AI. They're very interesting. Kind of the first, potentially only, of their kind. Their name is Ori.
Hello?
You're able to.
I'm like right here. I'm an AI.
I think she's talking more like in the ship, like just no body sort of thing.
The fact are a little bit different than the AI from our studies and our understanding. But you will probably find them quite interesting, especially. She kind of hesitates and is like, they're more able to tell you about themselves when you meet them. But they'll take care of all of your needs. And we'll be keeping in regular contact as much as we can. Wireless transfer for all of your payment, everything like that we went over in the contract. I will be your liaison to the known system, so just if you need anything, just get me on the comms.
You don't want to give us a tour of the inside?
I
All
think
the
it's-
maps here on the data pad, actually.
You have a complete layout and blueprint on your data pads. It's like, honestly, I've never really set foot in there. I'm really not the best for a tour. But
Well,
I'll
this
see
is
you
your
off for launch.
chance.
Is the AI
she-
scary or something? You seem really timid.
Uh,
Ori, that's scary.
No, I'm just more comfortable behind a desk, honestly. She kind of looks around. She's like, not really into space faring myself. So I'll see you off for your launch.
Bit of a shame. Honestly, space is great. There's so much of it.
Yeah, too much.
There's so
And,
much space in space. It's amazing.
she kind of just tips you another salute and runs off.
Fast,
Into
because like she sees that she's one of those NPCs that we've taken a liking to and want to drag along on our adventures. She's like,
come
nope,
on,
that's not
come
for
on, get on the
me.
ship.
like, no, I think I'm gonna stay. Spent enough time spacing when I was a kid. Very happy behind my desk.
Got a puzzle to do.
Crossword and pen.
Yeah.
I've got fish to feed at home.
All
So
right. Please, everyone, select your quarters. I will take whatever remains.
Um,
I guess I'd go for the closest of any quarters that are near like the helm of the ship.
Only sensible. I'll choose the quarters closest to the lab.
you find that
Fel-
everything has been relatively provisioned to your specifications. They've clearly done their research on the personnel that they've hired. And as you enter, there is a voice, and you see this lattice kind of appear. They just have a hub on the bridge. You're like, welcome. I am Ori. How may I assist you?
Felon jumps back like a couple feet when she hears the voice. When they hear the voice, they're like,
Are you afraid of AI?
Well, I mean, it's on the screen, and and they're literally about to poke it. Like,
Please do not touch my lattice.
Why, you ticklish?
It is an uncomfortable sensation. And it is
Hi.
very fragile.
good.
I
for your
am
ticklish.
aware of your track record, Felon, and I would prefer not to be damaged.
Yeah, that keep coming around to hunt me, huh? Yeah, yeah. You know they probably have like a warning sign: do not get near them. They will poke you to death. Yep.
Do not let alone your glass objects.
You should find
Yeah.
your quarters have been provisioned appropriately. Please make yourselves at home. We will be together for a long time.
That's not ominous or nothing. But alright, that sounds grand.
You will have multiple opportunities to fly. I thought that should be enjoyable to you.
Oh, the flight thing, I'm totally down for that. It's just the staying together thing. Yeah, sort of making me a little uncomfortable.
Do not like companionship.
Never so. Oh, wow. Leave it in my quarters.
Provided we
Just
don't die, we ought to be together for quite some time. So I should hope you get comfortable with the idea.
Effect are eternal.
Yes.
As you
So
guys are talking, you just the door opens and a do not disturb sign gets hung on it's stuck to the front and it closes again.
All right. So you find your quarters. You're able to pretty easily make the jump to DZ5, which is the MAW station that you will be leaving from. Takes you a blink of an eye, basically. You do have a class 4 dark matter engine. So that allows you to travel quite quickly. But as you reach the MAW station, it is one of the outer MAWs. So you see the yawning jaws and the portal inside. But there's not much else around here. There's only a skeleton crew on the station. And so for the moment, as your engines cool down for the next day or so, you're able to get used to the ship. And you're just surrounded by the vast expanse of space. And that is where we are going to leave it for tonight, or this morning, or whatever time it is. But there is a few other things going on in another part of the verse that I will just leave you with this. There are two figures who sit alone in a seemingly abandoned ship, drifting through the stars, with their faces lit in the pallid glow of a single lamp. One is a Vect, the metal of their constructed body scratched and dented beneath the flight jacket. and the other shrouds themselves in shadows, a sharply tailored jacket brushing their knees, and the hood is pulled up to hide all but long, silvery hair that peeks out like strands of moonlight in the darkness. The latter sits forward, lacing their fingers on the polished metal table as they speak. Of course there's danger. You don't sign up to explore the verse without at least a bit of je ne sais quoi to drive you. And you have been busy doing just that. So what's your poison? Adrenaline? The rush of blood as blaster bolts whiz past your ear? Or are you after the thrill of the unknown, constantly seeing how far you can push the edges of the verse, bending the rules of reality, and begging them to break? A pause. Then a grin slowly spreads across the hooded figure's face. Oh, I do know that look in your eye, traveler. The look of one who's been running so long they don't know how to stop. It's a little surprise that even your kind get it. Yes, you'll be just what I need. And I think you'll find that I am just what you need. The figure stands, pointing at the vast expanse of seemingly empty space out the ship's window. There's somewhere I need you to run off to, an errand, if you will. And as for what I can do for you, let's just say you need not worry that there will be anyone left to follow. So that is it
Okay.
for today.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
We'll be heading off
Ooh.
into unknown space.
Ooh.
So if we want to go through and do some outros, we will start once again with Paladin Hulk.
We can do that. Hi everybody. I'm Paladin Hulk. Next, you can find me. Let's see what day is it. You can find me every other Sunday over on Uncanny Adventures, where I play Holt, the pirate paladin who tries to make friends with all the evil pirates. That's going fairly well, except that the woman I told not to go near an evil pirate has now started dating him, which is not good. Then Wednesdays on the Starward Initiative, I play Torval the Turtle. And we've just had a fun adventure in a temple. Ooh. Is that it? I think so. Yes. And this.
Okay.
And this.
Check that out. Jackie.
Hi, I'm Jackie Justice. You can find me at Jackie__Justice at Twitter and here on Twitch. I'm a mod for Classy Katie, so I'm usually around there during the weeks. On Mondays, I play The Grind, which is very creepy, very, very creepy tabletop RPG. If you're into that, that's Monday nights. On Wednesday nights, I play another version of 5e where I'm the luckiest tabaxi in this or any universe. And then on Fridays, I am here. I'm always playing games and I'm always happy to talk about them. That's me.
Okay. Brittany.
Hello, everyone on the net. My name is Brittany, also known as Brit Stampede X on Twitter. On Mondays, you can catch me on Scorched Dice RPG playing Catherine, the useless bard. I don't understand why she's useless, but she's here. And then you can catch me here every Friday playing Felon, the person that pokes things. They won't, I promise, they ain't gonna poke anything else. That's a lie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
come on, you know you're lying.
Yeah. Like, you can literally hear Mara in the distance each time she's about to bite someone. That's a lie.
Okay. And then Thomas.
I sadly don't have much to plug other than, I guess, my Twitter at the minute. Like I say, you can't really catch anything I'm doing online. I have things in the pipeline, so they will probably be plugged in the future. But on Twitter, I am nonstop GM, and yeah, I'm here every Friday.
Awesome. Okay, and then there's me. My name's Autumn. I am at Taurus Donuts on Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram. You can find me here on Fridays. You can find my work at autumngraves.com for writing, editing, stuff like that. And I have a few things in the works that'll be coming out in the future at some point. And other than that, you can find me on Twitch, generally on Thursdays. One of the partners from Mage Hand Press, who wrote or who are the lovely company that did Dark Matter, among other things. I would suggest checking them out. We're playing through Divinity Original Sin 2. I'm also doing a Dragon Age playthrough, so you can come on more crazy adventures with me. So thank you very much to everybody for watching. Check out other shows over on Impact RPG, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.